Rossiter stomping on the bleachers. Low snap. The kick is good. Great move after the catch. First down and more. Now Coleman showing you the speed. Breaks the tackle. Still alive at the 5 and in for the touchdown. Wow. He's gone. Gould showing you the speed. One man to beat. Yanico's going to break. He's going. Yanico inside the 5. He's in for the pylon. Touchdown. You got a game. Pinkerton. Going to throw on the run. Weigel pulls it in with one hand, and now he's in the end zone. Trying to shake off a man at the 15. He's at the 5 there, and he's into the end zone. Left Hindle, short pass, put big hit here at the line of scrimmage. Gino in motion, snap taken, Heening, going to throw down the seam. He's got Coleman in the end zone.
Hold up. Oh, it's not too bad.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Nashua. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you live from Stello Stadium, getting set for the Week 1 matchup between the Bedford Bulldogs and the Nashua North Titans. Two very well-respected programs. In fact, the two teams have combined for 3 of the last 6 Division I championships. A lot of questions here about to be answered as we kick off the 2022 NHIAA football season. We'll start with the visiting Bulldogs, number 6 in the first edition of the Union Leader Power Poll, led by 4th-year head coach Zach Matthews. They've got a new quarterback under center, junior Danny Black, takes over for the graduated Joe Michael. And on the other side, it's the start of a new era with Nashua North. New head coach Chad Zabolis makes his coaching debut on the sidelines. Of course, he was hired back in March as the Titans decided to keep it in-house. Then an assistant, longtime assistant under former head coach Dante Lorende, who stepped aside over the winter. So both teams set to embark on the campaign. And Steve, we know that no holds barred here in Week 1. Each program prepared to leave it all out there on the field.
Yeah, I have no doubt in my mind there'll be a lot of the various media outlets' film being watched by the coaching staffs of the other Division I programs, Nick, for sure, this week, because these two programs are both have some similarities and some differences. One has a brand new coach, but after talking to him on Friday Night Lights, Gridiron on Wednesday and Thursday night, you could clearly see it really looked like a continuance to a great degree of the Dante era, but it is still very important I think, for North to get out early. We're going to see how well both of these teams had as far as the double sessions and the practice are concerned. As far as Bedford, I think this is also a very big year for Zach Matthews. The number 4 year, they kind of give you 3 years to work a program. He's had a great quarterback. Now he's been able to kind of homegrown another quarterback in Black. It's going to be very interesting to see his skill sets. It's going to be very interesting to see Finley's skill sets, Nick. Two very highly anticipated programs that have been in the championship over the last 4 or 5 years. Pretty exciting that this game is here today. Looking forward to it.
Gorgeous night for football. Still about 75 degrees or so. The sun beginning to set, and the fans have turned out, both from the Gate City here in Nashua and just a little bit up Route 3, the Bedford faithful always bring a presence on the road. They are here as well. So we've got students, we've got parents, and we've got those in the know all gathered here at Stello Stadium. When we step aside, we come back with the opening kick. The Bedford Bulldogs and the Nashua North Titans. Next on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, it's presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad. Good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
We're underway here at Stello Stadium. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you from Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. We're presented by Beals Insurance. Coin toss was won by Nashua North. They defer to the second half. So the Bedford Bulldogs come out on offense. No, I'm sorry. Other way around. Bedford won the toss, deferred, and kicked to begin the game. So we see the Titans following a return from Gavin Flynn up to their own 40. So good starting field position. The quarterback is a three-sport star, and he's going to take it up the middle for a couple of yards. That, of course, is the veteran back for another season. And, well, trying to see where they're going to mark it here. Of course, Derek Finley.
About the 46, I mean.
Played a little receiver, now under center as the quarterback here in his senior season. Also plays baseball and basketball. They give him 5 at the end, up to the 46. Takes the snap. Hands to Amari Almonte on the move. And he's met by a wall of white up front. Bulldogs ready for that one to force the third down.
Well, looks like they're going to be penetrating the middle. They're going to try to test out that linebacker core of the Bulldogs. One of the benefits of having a quality athlete like Finley is to run through the middle. Keeps the linebackers inside. Don't be surprised you see something off the edge here.
There was a sophomore linebacker on the tackle, Jake Sheff, 5'11", 185-pounder. On third, they go to Peters, and the senior is going to stumble forward across midfield and pick up the first down. Speaking of veterans.
Oh, yeah.
We know about Peters, starter as a sophomore, had an outstanding year last year as a junior, and is expected to contribute on both sides of the ball this year as a senior. So the Titans pick up their first down of the season, and this opening drive continues here, coming up on 2 minutes in this first quarter. Sun continuing to set here, shadows growing long. They keep it with Finley on 1st and 10. It's a quarterback sweep. Still untouched at the marker. Going to leap a man along the sideline before he's forced out of bounds inside the 20-yard line.
Well, you saw the athleticism there, Nick. But what really impressed me there is watch him wait for his blocks as he comes around the corner. He waits to see where the angle block is. He knew it was outside. He had it. And, boy, if you're the Nashua North Titans, you're liking what you're seeing so far.
Peters with the lead block there. And a big run, first down, just outside the 20-yard line. They go again to Almonte. They'll sweep the near side this time. He's met at the edge and tackled below the knee by Evan Sabati, the senior. One of Bedford's veterans makes the tackle out of the secondary. It's a minimum game of 1 Set up a 2nd down and 9.
Sabati there with a nice outside contain route. Watch him stretch the field. He's not going to let him get outside. Great job tackling, holding on, you'll push that run outside and have the contain. Nice
4
job.
wide receivers here, 3 to the strong side left on 2nd down and 9. Just outside the 22-yard line. 4 down linemen for Bedford. Back to throw. Finley to his left, in some trouble, trying to avoid one man, makes a second man slip, going to tuck and run. Tiptoes to the 25, lowers the shoulder at the 20, bounces outside the 15, where he's knocked out of bounds at about the 14-yard line.
Hard to coach that, Nick. That's just instincts. And Finley right now making all the right moves. He's patient. He looked down, nothing there. Started to break left. Boy, he can just accelerate right off of a stop, Nick, and makes it very difficult for a one-on-one defender to be able to bring him down.
Jack Rizzo with the tackle, the junior. Meanwhile, Finley got a pause here. Same formation. 4 receiver set, 3 to the left. Coach Sabati in direct contact with his senior quarterback. Nearly 3 minutes in, a 3rd down and 2. They fake the handoff. Finley survives the first hit but won't survive the second as he's gang tackled in the backfield.
Outstanding job by Bedford. They had 3 guys inside.
Kevin Sheridan, the first on the scene, the 6'3 junior.
Yeah, but there was nowhere to go. They had both of the outsides contained, and Finley just had to kind of tuck it and see what was there, and
well,
there was nothing.
Decision time for Coach Zabolis here. He's going to bring out, it looks like, the field goal units, trying to get some points here on a 4th down and 7.
I'm going to say it's about, what, a 38?
It should be about a 35-yarder.
35-yarder, right.
From the near hash. The holder is one of the return men, Gavin Flynn. The kick is up, and
it's good.
Plenty of leg.
Curled it
off
through.
The right foot of Denard Saplana, senior. Showing off the strength there. He's got the home team on the board 3-0 with 3.5 gone by in this first quarter.
That's something that Coach Zabolis knows ahead of time what the range is. Also, a good head coach will also know which side is the best as far as percentages are concerned. And he put a nice kick there through the uprights. What was that, Nick? 4th and what?
About 7.
7, yeah. So the Titans cash in there.
So Taplana, with room to spare, drills a 35-yarder.
And in a minute, we're going to get an opportunity to see Danny Black for the first time.
Well, we talked with
as the starter,
Coach Matthews last night. Seemed pretty confident.
Very satisfied
in the juniors' abilities.
Yeah, and he talked about building some chemistry with a couple of the players, Nick. A
lot of off-season workouts, voluntary, players-only workouts, showing some initiative. Of course, learned under one of the best in Joe Michael, who graduated and is playing college football down at Fordham. This kick is in the end zone.
Well, he's got a leg. He's got a leg, doesn't he?
Sablana got all of that one. No attempt on the return. And so the Bulldogs will bring out their offense for the first time, led by Danny Black. He's a junior. Black listed at 6 feet, 165 pounds, and has won the starting job after an open competition in camp. Bedford 7-2 a season ago. Lost in the quarterfinal round to Exeter. It's a program, as we mentioned at the top of the show, that has won 2 Division I championships in the last 6 years, both at
but beat them earlier in the year.
and 2018.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Exeter got some revenge in that postseason matchup. They're going to bring it wide, left side, and not a whole lot of room for Colby Snow, the
nice
senior.
job.
Brought down right around the line of scrimmage, a couple of yards with the forward progress. So call it 2nd down and 8 up to the 23-yard line. Peters and company meeting him on the edge. Offensive line for Bedford. Year in, year out. Typically one of the stronger units in Division I. Coach Matthews said they're a little smaller this year, but perhaps more athletic than in years past. See if they look to keep it on the ground here. They got Black in the pistol. The back behind him is Logan Spear, another veteran. Senior going to get his first carry, and Peterson meets him in the hole. Twisted down at the 25-yard line. It'll set up, it looks like a 3rd down and 5.
Looked like a mid-season form tackle right there. Very square to the line. Watch him break down. He's completely square. Watch him. He veers outside, and he's in position, in that athletic position to make that tackle. Nice job.
A lot of experience for number 44 in blue, Jack Peters. Cracked the starting lineup as a sophomore on that championship team for Nashua North back in 2020. Big 3rd down, 3rd and 5. They roll out Black. His first to pass attempt at the varsity level is complete.
Nice
Snow
pass.
with the grab. It's a 1st down.
Well, he clearly has an arm. That ball never left 7 feet above the ground, Nick, and it got there early. Looked like there might have been a little bit of coverage breakdown there because there was nobody, but good recovery to be able to tackle him along the outside line.
So Snow with the catch. It goes for 9.
Yeah, that's a good throw right there. A very safe throw. No pick sixes off of that one.
5 minutes in, 3-0 North. Bedford, their first down. They continue their opening drive in the pistol. Receiver to each side, tight end left. 5 along the line for North. Stretch run, looking for the corner, and not getting it is Dom Tags. Another junior listed as a wide receiver. The 5'11", 175-pound youngster gets only a couple there to set up a 2nd down and 8.
I'm going to try here. Jordan.
That's Raisin Andino.
Raisin Andino with a terrific open field tackle. Looks to me like they have him chasing the jet motion, Nick, wherever it is, and you can see why. He's already registered, I believe, a minimum of 3 tackles already in this game at least.
2nd down and 8. Coming up at the midway point, 1st quarter. Black again in the pistol. Again, North threatening to blitz off the edge. They'll keep it on a quarterback draw, and he's hitting the hole. Big stick, that's El Monte. But Coach Sabolis is excited about El Monte, who has never taken a snap for Nashua North. He's been in and out of the program. He's a great athlete, and we can see there a pretty good tackle from El Monte as he wraps up the quarterback.
Absolutely, Nick. If we could get another replay of that from the wide before this play starts, you're going to see it looks to me like the jet motion probably should have been a handoff. I could be wrong, but I don't know if we have it or not.
Not sure if that was by design
or not. Oh, yeah, but this is when Danny needs this experience to get going, critique each week, but he's got a gun, and he obviously looks like he's got pretty good movement. So,
meanwhile, the crowd coming alive here, stomping the bleachers at Stello Stadium.
Big down here.
Home fans would like to see the defense come up with a stop. 3rd and 5. The pitch to Spear. He's met in the backfield and dropped for a loss. That's Toby Brown Jr., another one of these veteran seniors that has made a name for himself over the years. Comes up with a big stop there on 3rd down to force a likely punt here from Bedford.
Toby coming back with a lot of chatter and a lot of hype. And when you watch him right there, he's living up to it. That was a great tackle. Excellent job. You always, as I say 100,000 times, keep your hips square and hit, wrap, and drive. Nice job. That play just never really got off the ground, Nick. It just kind of developed too slowly, and Toby just finished it off. Nice work.
They lose 8. It's a 4th and 14. Bulldogs are going to punt from their own 28-yard line. The punter is Dom Tags, who is standing with his heels to the 15-yard line. Back deep, El Monte for North. Clean punt. It goes down the middle of the field. Takes a bounce inside the 40, rolls inside the 35. It'll be down at about the 34-yard line. So the North defense, they surrender 1 first down, but then they knuckle up and force the punt. The offense takes over with their 3-0 lead still intact as we head towards 4 minutes to go first quarter.
Danny clearly showed he's got a good arm. That'll be my first thing. Moved pretty well when he started to step outside. But the mechanics, Nick, of the handoff and the decision, at least 2 times, I think he just needs to go back to the film room, keep on learning, keep on getting the reps. Remember, this is a young man with very little starting varsity experience, if any, right? So,
I started as a JV.
Yep.
At the JV level last year. Meanwhile, 1st and 10 and nothing doing for Finley. Walls come crashing down, lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Again, the sophomore in on the stop, Jake Sheff for Bedford. That's been a prestigious position for the Bulldogs in the past, right? That middle linebacker, a lot of responsibilities come with that position.
You go back a lineage of Bedford, they have some really solid middle linebackers. I just thought that the body of work, I'll get back to it.
Meanwhile, Finley fakes.
Oh,
throws.
What a well-done job.
Underneath with room. Steven Rosario still on his feet and ripped down in Bulldog territory after a big, nearly 20-yard pickup.
You're going to see this on the replay of how Finley just sucks him in. Here we go. Watch how he comes back, and then he backs. Oh, he knew exactly what he was doing, and he knew there was a defender out there with high hands, and he looped it right over him, and a great job with yards after the catch there.
Made a tough pass look easy.
He sure did.
North with momentum and a 3-0 lead on the board in Bulldog territory at the 49. Handoff El Monte on the sweep, gets one block, and is wrestled down by Sheff inside the 45. Tumbles down at about the 44. That's a good pickup of 5 yards.
That's a great job by Sheff, and people will look in the films and see that it's a darn good thing that he got that because he had a lane, Nick, to weave through and go all the way. Great job following his blocks. It was clear. It was a push outside. He cuts up inside that. Excellent job reading his blocker and getting the maximum that he can yardage out of it. But great job by great defensive work by Sheff.
Coming up on 3 minutes to go, first quarter. North looking to continue the march. They won't on this play. Swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Rosario nowhere to go. The big D end was waiting. That's Kevin Sheridan, his second tackle for Bedford. So now a third down and what looks like 6 on the way for the Titans. The players look towards the home sidelines, and
that was a great read by Jack Rizzo, by the way, coming up, safety coming up from inside. Read it right, read your keys, and then react. And he did just that. Nice job.
Let's see what Coach Cibola styles up here. Going to roll him out. Finley, tuck, run, trying to push the pile near the marker. It's very close.
He's a little short, I think.
Going to spot him at about the 40. Needed to get down to the 39-yard line. So it looks like a 4th down and 1. And I'd imagine that the first-year head coach is going to roll the dice and go for it here.
Well, he's on the other side of the field. He's home. He did get on the field, on the board first, I should say. And if you can keep the offense off the field of your opposition, you know, if it's 4th and 4, might be a little different. Plus, he's got Finley.
By the way, Parker Bromley is number 52. There was a last-minute jersey change. So we've been giving Sheff the credit. It's actually Bromley, 52.
Yeah, he's going to have it on
white.
forward
And there
progress.
is Bromley. Met him in the hole, but it's going to depend on the spot. Very close.
Well, there's a difference of opinion on the refs here. The side judge on our side clearly was running and marking it in a first down, but the proper way, the sideline judge on nearest to the ball. This is going to be really close.
Yeah, they're going to measure.
But clearly he had him over the 39 into the 38 territory.
So you don't quite agree with the spot.
I don't.
It's a first down.
Yep.
Either way.
I think he got past it on forward progress, but that's not an easy thing to do, Nick. And you got to yield to that official on the other side that he saw what I didn't. And
he had the best angle.
And he had the best angle. He was very deliberate. So, you know, sometimes from up here the angle's different. So, but the officials did the right thing and
conferred and got it right.
No complaints.
1st and 10. North looking to continue the drive with Almonte. A screen. He's hit, wrapped up, and then reinforcements arrive for Bedford. That's Tags staying with him toe for toe there, step for step rather. Got his arm around him, and then the pursuit for Bedford finished
Bedford all around the ball defensively, Nick. They've obviously had a good week as far as film review and getting on the field and practicing defensive, against a good scout team, obviously, because they're in the vicinity of the ball all the time.
2nd down and 10. We hit the final minute, first quarter. North a 3-0 lead. Titans knocked down. Try to set up the screen, and again Sheridan got one of those big paws on it. Senior looked like got his left hand on it, and now a whistle down on the field here with the clock stopped with 51 seconds.
I'm not sure is there a timeout or
I think there was a loose piece of equipment. It looked like a piece of tape. Perhaps off the left wrist of Nick DeGessie.
Well,
the
Nick,
senior receivers.
Well, we're on a break, but I got to tell you, this has been a long, long period of time before we could get back here again after last year. What a great year last year was. Full of anticipation this year. 4 weeks of playoffs, of a preliminary playoff, and then 3 till the champion. 2 in the championship after that. Be playing a week later this year. So,
postseason's an extra week. There's a preliminary play-in round. And then the quarterfinals the following weekend. So more football this November. And, of course, we'll bring it to you live here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, FNL NH Media on YouTube.
2 games a week.
The officials are trying to figure something out along the home sideline in front of Coach Zabolis. And it looks like we're about ready to resume here. North facing officially now a 3rd down and 10. They put a little time.
I wonder if they're
back on the
discussing
clock,
whether or
58
not
seconds.
he needs to stay off the field for a play. I don't know.
Well, he's in there now.
Yep, so we know.
Looking to throw. Finley over the middle. He's got a man near the stick. Tackled inside the 30. That's Xavier Francis, the senior,
First
found
down.
some room.
First down.
Enough for a first down.
But Bedford everywhere on defense. Finley had the patience to let him slide and get a little more isolated from the defender there, and he fired the ball right in the breadbasket. So nice first down throw there by Finley.
And another 3rd down conversion.
You feel these
for this
teams
Titan
are
offense.
Sorry, Nick. You feel these teams are matched close at this juncture.
Final 30 seconds. North looking to build on a 3-0 lead, approaching the red zone. They fake to Almonte to keep it with Finley. He's inside the 20, leans forward down to the 16-yard line. Tackled there by Bedford's Alex Corriveau, the sophomore.
Finley using all the tools in the tool bag a quarterback does. He's open field. The defenders, he broke him down, made him plant his feet because he reared back to throw, and then he tucks it. He's got his defender frozen, and he cuts inside and gets another 7 yards.
Well, that's going to do it for this first quarter. A good start for the home team. Nashua North, a 3-0 lead on a 35-yard field goal from Denard Tablana. Looking for more when we come back here in the second quarter. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Back here, start of the second quarter. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals here from Stello Stadium in Nashua. It's the 2022 season opener between Bedford and Nashua North. The Titans got on the board 3.5 minutes in on a 35-yarder from their kicker, Denard Tablana. Forced a bulldog punt, and now this drive has eaten up nearly 4 minutes as they look to enter. Well, they are in the red zone now, looking to get even closer towards the end zone. They'll throw it out to Almonte. He's got a screen. He's got room near sideline. Touchdown, North. Amari Almonte. A pleasant surprise, according to Coach Zabolis in preseason camp, showing you what he can do now that the regular season is here. It's 9-0 Titans with the extra point looming.
If there's one thing, Bedford has been playing pretty solid defense. They haven't given it up easy. It's been little by little down the field. The thing that, to me, Nick, that is beginning to show is the body of work that's been done in the preseason to get this offensive line ready. and living up to the good expectations that they always do here. One of the benefits of having a head coach that it's an O-line guy.
Kick up and no good, wide right.
Wow. Don't want to lose those if you're North. But one of the benefits, Nick, of having an offensive line who's in charge, coach that's in charge as head coach, is that is not an area that is going to be void of resources. That on the player, assistant coaches, and the time spent getting that right. And so far, to me, Nick, against a good Bulldog defense from what I see, look a little young, need to make a couple of corrections, but looks to me like Coach Matthews has got some stuff to work with there on defense that he can continue to build on. But right now, the offensive line, to me, is just executing very, very well for the Titans.
So 2 scoring drives on 2 possessions for Coach Zabolis' Titans. They get the 35-yard field goal in the first quarter, and then on the first play here in the second quarter, it's a 16-yard hookup between Finley and Almonte for the touchdown. The extra point was no good. So North with a 9-0 lead. Bedford in an early hole. Place is packed here at Nashua North. The students continuing to file in here. Not a whole lot of room left.
There isn't.
Off to our right, and of course the Bulldog supporters are filling up the far side bleacher. This one will be returned from inside the 10, up the middle with a lane. This again is Tags. And Tags shows off the speed up to nearly the 40-yard line.
Yeah, nice. He had a lane there. 37, Nick, from the Titans. Jack Kurlikowski with a very big special team save right there for the Titans.
It's a freshman.
Nice lane choice by the Bedford returner, and he didn't slow down. He saw that little eye of the hurricane. He ran right into it.
So good starting field position on drive number 2 for the Bulldogs, trying to get their team on the board. Trailing 9-0, beginning things at their own 37-yard line. Black back in the pistol. Takes the snap, handoff to Spear, the senior. Trying to bounce it left side, is spun down shortly after crossing the line of scrimmage. Almonte up there to meet him at about the 38-yard line.
He is racking up the tackles, Nick, today.
And he's already had, 4 or 5 touches on the offensive side as well. He's a guy, I guess, who was injured or back during his freshman campaign. Didn't play during the sophomore shortened COVID-19 situation season of 2020. Did not play last year, and now looks like a veteran two-way player for Nashua North. All right, 2nd down and 8. Again, Black in the pistol. Takes the snap below the knee, gets it off to his right. Catch is made, and an outstretched grab by Dylan Soden. And Soden able to cross midfield, and he's finally ushered out of bounds at the Titan 45-yard line. It's a first down.
I don't know how he eluded that tackle, Nick. He is slippery. Made a nice outside move. I couldn't. Was that 57 that was out there, I assume?
That's Brown on the stop for Nashua North. But a good move by Soden. One of 2 twin brothers. You know a little something about that, Steve.
Yes, I do.
His brother Luke, of course, plays basketball.
I can tell you when that happens, Dad has to share in the day-to-day duties. And you build up your deltoids, Nick, from carrying 2 of those things at once.
I bet. Ledger Russell is the tailback, picks up the blitz pickup, but it's not enough. That's Brown coming in on that far edge, and the crowd loves it. The sack is going to cost Bedford about 12 yards and set up a 2nd down and 22.
You know, Nick, that to me, that is a Division I frame right there. Great anticipation. He's
got size, strength, speed, and experience. We know that.
I like his intelligence, too. He knew that he had to come in and make sure that he contained on that route, and Danny Black had no place to go outside. Tough to say, but might have been a ball you want to just chuck out of bounds, to be honest with you. It was just crowding in there, but Danny was kind of stuck inside there. Not much he really could do.
Yeah. 2nd and 22. Black, handoff. This is again Russell, and not much.
That's a hit, rap, and drive skills film right there.
Peters met him in the hole. Another tackle there for the senior linebacker. Brown, one of the last to get up from the pile as well on the stop. It goes for about 2. And now a 3rd and an even 20 facing the Bulldogs here with just over 2 minutes gone by second quarter. The Titans gotten the start they hoped for, a 9-0 lead, and they can come up with a stop here, most likely would force a punt. All right, Black. Going to spread it out here. 2 receivers left side, a tight end left as well. A man one-on-one down the bottom of your screen is Joel Paltrineri. Black going to rush out of the pocket, going to throw on the run. It's incomplete. Trying to find tags along that far sideline. Overthrew the target. Another stop for the Titans, a 4th and a mile on the way, and now it looks like a timeout, I believe, has just been called down here on the field with 3 minutes gone by in this second quarter.
Yeah, Danny's got to really set his feet on that, Nick. I know he's rolling outside, but when you're rolling on your weak side, you got to turn that body. You really want to plant that foot before you throw, and that's why it kind of sailed on him a little bit. But that was a tough connection anyway, so if you were going to miss, you want to miss a little high. But he did have a little bit of separation there, so it was a potential reception. Just want to set just a little more.
Looks like that whistle was an official's timeout.
Yes.
Not a timeout charge to either team. So we're ready to resume a 4th down and 20 from Bedford's 45-yard line. Bulldogs will bring out Dom Taggs once again for his second punt here. Had to field the snap over his head and barely got it off. It'll take a bounce at the Titan 30-yard line, roll inside the 30 before it's stopped down at about the 28.
Yeah, got a little production out of that kick. Almost blocked, Nick. Broke right open. Somebody didn't pick up that end, or I couldn't tell if that was end or a blitzer coming around the corner, but that was a nice package there, and give him credit. He got rid of that ball quick.
Gorgeous night for football.
Is it ever?
About 75 degrees when I arrived here a couple hours ago. It's cooled off a little bit with the setting sun, but still an ideal weather situation to kick off the season. And we'll be right back here tomorrow night as well.
Double Stello
for BG and Nashua South, and the forecast looks just as promising. Titans a 9-0 lead as they bring the offense back onto the field for their third drive. They'll keep it on the ground on 1st and 10 and work Rosario, the junior tailback, up to the 30. It's a gain of about 2. A second down and 8 is on the way. Titans like to play with pace, so to speak. They like to play up tempo, no huddle. That's something that's carried over from last season under Coach Lorendi. Peters on the screen. Good block, good run, and a good first down for Nashua North. Peters all the way up to midfield. Picks up nearly 20 on the screen. Titans continuing to get downfield blocking from the wide receivers. They've done a good job executing the screens in this first half, and they're going to keep the offense right at the line of scrimmage, hoping to keep the Bulldogs on their toes. Bedford with 4 down linemen here. 1st and 10 coming from midfield. Titans, 4 minutes gone by, second quarter, got a 9-0 lead. Finley fakes the handoff, tries to go to his left. Not going to happen. Tracked down by Taggs about 2 yards in the backfield. Inbounds just in front of the sideline and in front of his teammates on the bench. 2nd down and 12 upcoming. Good stop there by Taggs as he records his second tackle.
Very methodical movement, this offense, and that's what great offensive lines do. Even when, the best offensive lines are the ones when the defense even makes the right call against the offensive play, they guess or they strategically get it right, they still get yardage, 5-6 yards, and that's what's happening here tonight.
Peters in motion. Finley fakes to him on 2nd and 12. Rolls out, looking to make a man miss.
Oh, nice job.
Tracked down by Cal McAuliffe.
Yeah, McAuliffe did a nice job there.
One of the Bedford co-captains, the senior.
Never gave up.
Got to him after, about a 4-yard gain. Looks like 3rd down and 8 coming for North. Titans have had success on 3rd down so far in this first half, and they've shown that they're not afraid to go for it on 4th either.
Nope.
Now with 5 minutes gone by, they face a 3rd and 8. Again, Bedford looks like they're going to rush 4 as they sit in a 4-3. Finley, quick throw out to his right. He's got a man. Catch on the sideline is DeGessie. And he's escorted out of bounds inside the 45, but well shy of that first down marker. Titans still need about 5 this upcoming 4th and 5.
Nice job by Alex Krasinskis on that. He stood him up. He was looking for some yards after the catch, and he stayed square, and he didn't get juked. He followed the hips. The hips will always tell you where the body's going. He was zoned in, dialed in, and made a great tackle and made this 4th a little too long to be going for it. So nice job by Alex.
Titans will punt for the first time. They bring out Toby Brown Jr., the outstanding defensive end. He's also the punter. Stands at his own 41 on that far hash.
A little motion action, I think.
Back deep is Sabati for Bedford, just shy of his own 15. Got a false start here. That's going to cost the Titans 5 yards. I believe that's our first penalty either way. Just about midway through this second quarter.
Yeah, I don't recall another flag.
No.
Pretty clean game.
I think Coach Sabola is probably okay with that 5 yards. Gives his punter a little extra real estate to work with. Back up to his own 36, takes a step forward and gets off a line drive kick, end over end, takes a bounce. Gets by the return man, Snow, rolls towards the goal line.
Great effort.
Good effort by Jordan Reisnin and Dino, but despite the somersault, the ball ends up as a touchback in the end zone. So, Bedford trying to get something cooking on offense. Down 2 scores here. It's 9-0. Just over 6 minutes to go until halftime.
So far, Nick, again, this is good methodical movement offensively for the Titans down the field. This game arguably could have been a little bit more than 9-0 in my opinion right now. Might have been able to very easily been 14-17. But I give some of these defensive big plays as well as consistent work on the Bedford defense. There's no question here that Coach Matthews has got a squad here that can compete with a good team defensively. Offensive obviously needs a little more work.
All right, Black.
So far.
In the shotgun, back to each side, get a handoff. Russell cuts it up. Pretty good room across the 20 up to about the 21-yard line. Lost his helmet on the hit there from Rosario and Brown. Got scissored at about the 22. Goes for 3 yards, or 2 yards officially, 2nd and 8.
Nice job following his block. Read the outside kick out, turned upfield. But the recovery speed here, I thought that was going to be a bigger play. The recovery speed by Brown, and I couldn't tell who else was in on the tackle, just extremely quick. So they only got, 2 yards on it? I was expecting significantly more.
Yeah, Brown and Rosario closed the gap pretty quickly. 2nd down and 8. H-back to the right. Brown's in the pistol. Black's in the pistol, excuse me. Takes a snap, rolls left, in trouble, trying to dance out of the pocket, and is going to be sacked back at the 15-yard line.
Well, we heard Coach Matthews during Gridiron say that, that offensive line was young, got a lot of new guys coming in. It's not about where it is now. It's about, how they begin to execute, know their blocks. Nice kind of a nice package there. A lot of stunts on that play. Very difficult to pick up.
And meanwhile, Brown continuing to wreak some havoc.
Yeah,
Unofficially in on that sack there. He's got a tackle for a loss.
Yeah.
And another sack already to his credit. So
he's a beast.
He's putting out a pretty good 4-quarter stat line through 2 quarters.
I totally agree, and don't underestimate what Tapiana's doing here on the other side.
Yeah.
Doing a great job.
All right, inside of 5 minutes, 3rd and long. Bulldogs looking to go to the air. Black won't get it off. Sacked again.
Brown?
You know it. Toby Brown Jr. firing up the home crowd. His 3rd sack of this first half.
They have some weapons defensively, Nick. At some point when Brown starts dominating like this, what do you got to do? You got to double team him. As soon as you double team him, you've got some other guys out there on defense that you can start shooting in. So, and I can see him causing havoc throughout the year. Without a doubt. He's getting stronger in this game as he gets confident.
He's a kid who's been a force in the program for quite a while. I remember calling his name a couple of years ago as a sophomore, part of that 2020 championship team with North, and he's one of the best on the edge, maybe in the state. Certainly showing that here in the first half. Bulldogs got to be careful with the punt. Goes off the side of the foot and out of bounds. Josh Otter, the punter.
Tough time to do that, Nick.
Yeah, that's the punter, Otter. Not Dom Tags, Josh Otter, 9, not 8. Either way, it looked like it went off the right side of his foot.
It does, and one of the things that Bedford has always prided itself on, Nick, is solid special teams, and in particular the kicking game, the punting game, and the field goal game. That's a tough break here for Bedford, given the fact that the offensive, you're giving them, field position on the 23-yard line.
It's a juicy piece of real estate.
Yep.
At the Bulldog 22-yard line. Best starting field position of this first half either way.
Yep.
And again, the Titans potentially could make this a 3-score game at halftime. We're inside of 4 minutes. Almonte on 1st and 10. Goes straight ahead. Not much. As he looked for a hole on the right side. May have gotten a yard. Stopped there again by Parker Bromley, who's starting to pile up some tackles for Bedford from the middle linebacker spot in this first half.
Our one and only Craig Incardoni down there with a single stick camera on the field trying to get some great shots. Got John Barron in the end zone. He must be getting a good shot from that reference point as well.
And, of course, Kristen Beals is up here with us giving you the aerial. Meanwhile, this one dropped in the flat by Almonte. It'll be 3rd and 9. Not sure what would have happened there even if he had caught it. It looked like Sheridan was right there.
A little bit of a hiatus in the game right now. You can tell it's getting towards I'm looking at a number of guys playing both ways here, Nick. Not that high school football doesn't have that, but, first game of the season, it's easy to get gassed.
Yeah. All right, 3rd down and 9. Bulldogs came up with a 3rd down stop defensively on the previous drive, trying to do the same here and keep the Titans out of the red zone. Finley in the gun. Going to roll the 3-receiver set. Got plenty of time. Going to throw into the end zone. Trying to find Peters, but it's incomplete.
Little too much of a lead. Very close, Nick. That was within 12 inches of being a perfectly thrown ball.
Peters had the step.
He did. Maybe more.
But the throw off target, now a 4th down and 9. And again, another decision on the way for Coach Zabolis with just over 3 minutes to go until the break.
I think that's his 4th. It's at least his 3rd, maybe his 4th down decision.
Yeah.
My guess is with the kicker that he's probably going to go with the field goal package. I could be wrong.
Well,
he's got a pretty good leg.
The kicker's out there. Yep. He already connected on a 35-yarder.
And boy, Nick, when you know and I know, when you can develop this field goal kicking game on a consistent basis like Bedford had last year, and you're in close games or you've got these type of down and distance situations, it's a real advantage.
This one for Toplana is going to be about 38 yards. The kick is up.
Perfect.
It's a booming kick right down the middle.
Well, I guess we know why.
Toplana now 2 for 2, a 35-yarder and a 38-yarder to his credit. Extends the North lead to 12-0.
I don't know where you saw that ball went and the height is up in the net, Nick, but that thing was straight as an arrow. That might have gone in the 40s without too much trouble. It was dead on.
That was a college kick.
That was a college kick. Absolutely.
Officially a 38-yard field goal. Brings it into another lengthy drive for the Titans. Nashua North has dominated the time of possession battle, at least so far here, with 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. So 12-0. Again, kind of a muffed punt set up the Titans already in field goal territory. The Bulldog defense did what they could to prevent the first down, but special teams
6
already
points.
Rearing its head here in a variety of ways in this first half in favor of Nashua North. So the Titans will kick. Ball teed up from the 40. Another blast down the middle. The officials are going to whistle this dead before the ball lands. We're going to redo it.
There's no deflate gate there, Nick. That thing is moving. When he hits that, did you see the velocity that comes off that leg on that ball? It's incredible.
It's a penalty against North. Somebody crossed the line early.
Don't be surprised if he kicks it in the end zone again. That had plenty to spare.
It's a procedural penalty. Second penalty of this first half.
To your point, that is a college leg right there. Yep. Probably, obviously wants to build on the trajectory a little bit, but the power is there.
And the senior has played well. Did miss the extra point, but has contributed defensively along the edge as well. He's got his team out in front 12-0. Going to redo the kick, this time from the 35-yard line. Under the lights now here at Stello Stadium. Another booming kick. This one doesn't quite reach the end zone. It's fielded at the 4, across the 15, 20.
He's got a lane.
Good room. It's again tags. Makes a move at the 40-yard line before he's chopped down at about the 43.
Yeah,
found a seam on his previous return.
Yeah, but that's the blocking scheme of Bedford's kick return, Nick, is very solid. That's 2 times they've created. That seam was you could have driven a Mack truck through. The other one had a pretty decent seam too. And give these returners credit, Nick. They are going. They see it and they're going after it full steam. And that's where you can kind of break the ankles of some of the strikers coming in. And that's exactly what happened. A good recovery by the Titans, I'll say. But this has been a high point in Bedford's game so far. Good returning.
All right, Bulldogs. A little less than 3 minutes to work with here. Good starting field position at their own 43-yard line, 1st and 10. Black going to throw into the flat, caught by Russell. Looks to make a man miss at the 40. Slithers his way across the 45 before he tumbles down at about the 48-yard line. A 5-yard gain to set up a 2nd and 5.
Looks like we got a pretty an injury here in the left wrist.
That's Finley.
Of Finley. That don't like to see that if you're the Titans.
Not at all. The quarterback slash member of the secondary defensively is in some pain apparently on the sideline and working with the trainer. That's something Coach Zabolis was looking forward to dealing with. All right, Black on a rollout, 2nd and 5, plants the feet and makes the throw. It's complete for the first down. Good catch in traffic by Dylan Soden, his 2nd grab of this first half.
Yeah,
going to mark him very close to the first down.
You got to give Danny. Danny's got a good arm. I mean, he's shown us even the one that he threw a little bit of a sail. He's got a gun, and he put it right on the money. Anytime you're doing one of those cross routes there, and you're a receiver, you want it on the money so you can protect yourself. And he delivered a strike. But was Nick, as you said, a nice catch. Looks like Finley is he's walking back towards the sideline. So,
Meanwhile, this one is off target.
I think we're going to get a late hit.
A late flag comes in the backfield.
Roughing the quarterback.
Potentially could be penalty number 3 against Nashua North.
Looked to me like a late hit.
And, of course, it was thrown late as well. Clock stop with just over 2 minutes.
Personal foul.
Until halftime. There it is. So
roughing the quarterback.
That's a costly one.
15.
Coach Zabolis, I'm sure, not happy.
Well, those are the things. You're in a situation here, Nick. You've got what, 3rd and what, 7?
Well, they had a first down.
That was second. Would have been 2nd. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Would have been 2nd and 10. Instead, 1st and 10.
I've got a mystery.
From the Titans' 30-yard line. This is the best or the deepest that the Bedford offense has gone here into North Territory in this first half. We got a timeout, which allows us to remind you that our broadcast tonight is brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising sponsor of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com and start raising money for your team today. Also by New Hampshire iPhone Repair. It's done while you wait. It's backed by their lifetime warranty. Now with 6 locations in southern New Hampshire and on the seacoast. Visit NHiPhoneRepair.com. Also by Ghost Energy, one of our new sponsors. We welcome them aboard. We appreciate the support. Ghost is an active lifestyle sports nutrition brand that powers and empowers users to be seen beyond the walls of the gym. With Ghost Energy, you can elevate your day while also elevating your senses with a fully transparent combination of feel-good energy, focused mental clarity, and legendary flavors. Be seen with Ghost Energy. Nick and Astis, Steve Beals with you. More coming up at halftime as we take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Week 1 games underway statewide here in 2022. The screen is blown up. That's Rosario starting to piece together a pretty good first half. Goes for a 2-yard loss. And now a timeout is going to be called by Coach Matthews here with 2:01 to go.
I like the timing of the timeout. Coach Matthews knows he wants to get on the board, whether it's a field goal, whether it's a touchdown. At this point, it's about getting on the board. Don't go into halftime with a goose egg, and close the gap a little bit and maybe build the confidence going into the half, hey, that we can score on these guys. So I like the timing of the timeout and recognize the game situation at hand. So you got it. Why not use it here for sure?
Well, again, Titans have looked good in this first half. Took the first 3.5 minutes after the opening kick to set up a 35-yard field goal. They connected. First of 2 for Gennard Taplana. The lone touchdown of this first half came on the first play of the second quarter. Finley to El Monte, a 16-yard hookup. Extra point failed. 9-0 Titans just seconds into this frame. And then at the end of the last drive, we saw Taplana connect on his second field goal, this time from 38 yards out. And that is where we are. 12-0. No turnovers. All 3 penalties so far have been committed by the Titans.
The impression I get that the offensive line here at Bedford is a young squad, or if not young, look, you can just tell that they're trying to get things going here.
Black has been under pressure. He's been sacked several times in this first half. Going to air it out here on a throw down the middle. Drops incomplete at the goal line, trying to find Snow. With him, step for step, was the defensive back, Jonathan Torres, the junior. And now a 3rd and 12 facing the Bulldogs with 1:47 now remaining. Well, there'll be some in-house entertainment here at halftime as the Nashua North Marching Band will take the field. They always do a good job. One of the bands,
yes, they
one
do.
of the better bands in the state.
Looks
of course,
like
we mentioned the out-of-town scoreboard. We'll do our best to get some statistics.
Looks
from
like
the first half as well.
Looks like the Bedford band's here, too.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know if that's just for the crowd. I assume if they're here, they're going to be doing halftime.
I think we're going to see both bands coming up.
That's something that you like to see.
Yeah, for sure. Great atmosphere tonight.
Yep.
Packed house here at Stello Stadium. 3rd and 12 Bulldogs. Going to look for Snow, and that's incomplete. They're going to say it was a forward pass.
That was close.
Incomplete.
I think they got it right, though, but not by much.
It could have been a live ball, but the officials determined it was indeed a forward pass.
Yep.
So incomplete, 4th and 12 from the 32-yard line. And, well, you're not going to gain much on a punt, a little too far for a field goal attempt, so it looks like Coach Matthews is going to go for it here on 4th and 12.
Well, I think he's deep enough in the territory where he feels comfortable.
Black in the pistol, Matthews behind him. Sorry, Russell is the tailback behind him. Tight end right side, 2 receivers right. They're going to throw right. Quick catch, then it's dropped. In and out of the hands of Nate Clark, the sophomore. Had plenty of room, took his eye off it.
I don't know if he would have made the first down marker, but he certainly would have given it a heck of a try. That's an unfortunate drop for the Bulldogs. Tandy delivered a pretty solid pass there.
Yep. So the Titans okay with it. They'll take over. 1:44 to go. A 12-0 lead on the board. They'll begin at their own 32. And Finley, by the way, is back out on the field. That's a good sign after apparently dealing with some pain a moment ago on his wrist. Senior is good to go. All right, they're going to spread it out. 2 receivers each side. Almonte in motion, but a flag here is going to kill the play before it starts. And it's going to be the first penalty tonight against Bedford, encroachment along that D-line. So a free 5 yards to set up a 1st and 5 for the Titans.
Last 5 or 6 minutes have been really kind of slow pace. A lot of stoppage. Timeouts are going to happen towards the end of the half, but it's just
not a rhythm.
No rhythm, either side.
Almonte trying to get the Titans in rhythm on an inside give. He's got a 1st down. Going to fight for a couple extra at the end of the run, too, Steve, up to the 45-yard line.
Now, where would you say
gain of 7
Coach Chad is looking to get to with a kicker like that?
Well, he's already proven he can connect from 38.
Yeah, I think 35-yard line, and he's going to go for it if the time is of the essence. You know what I mean? If it's the end of time, he's going to go for it. So that's an asset at the high school level.
Finley in trouble, trying to weave his way out of the pocket.
Oh, nice
Gets
recovery.
back to the line of scrimmage.
Is that Gradinsky? Gradinsky?
It is Gradinskis.
Excuse me.
Alex, the junior, following in the
Good
footsteps
player.
of his older brother
Good
who came
player.
through the program.
Yep.
All right, Titans with a 2nd down and 9. They're at their own 46, and they appear to be in no hurry here. Clock ticking down. We hit 1 minute
Yep.
to go before halftime.
Yeah, he didn't panic at all on that tackle. He knew that Finley was in traffic.
Coach Cibola still has 2 timeouts in the back pocket. Finley back to throw. Flushed out of the pocket to his right. Makes one man miss. Is hit from behind by another. Ball flies out, and I believe Bedford has it. Finley coughed it up around the line of scrimmage, and I think the defensive end Sheridan was right there to scoop it up for the Bulldogs.
And that's great, but let's give the last 2 plays of defensive backs of Bedford. The coverage was absolutely fantastic. There was nowhere for Finley to go. Everybody was covered. That's a coverage fumble right there, or a coverage sack, then a fumble. So great job by the defensive secondary of Bedford.
Bulldogs needed it. They get it. It's the game's first turnover. And it comes with 44 seconds remaining. So Bedford down 12-0. Would love to get on the board.
They would.
Some way, somehow. Black. A back to each side. Takes the snap. Fakes the handoff to Snow. Throws over the middle. He's got a man.
He's got him.
Catch. Made at the 20. Cut down at the 16. The grab by Joel Poltrineri. Poltrineri is going to signal for a timeout here. Bulldogs are going to burn their second to stop the clock with 38 seconds remaining.
That's a big play right there. Danny threw a strike. He split the defenders deep into the secondary, and Danny Black threw an absolute strike, and he threw it with a kind of velocity and timing, Nick, that really made it difficult for them to catch up. I really thought he was going to go in all the way, but the recovery speed of these defensive backs on the Titans were able to get him. But that is a nice gain by Bedford. They have an opportunity now, unexpected. If you were to go minute 30, you go, got to give them credit. They are not quitting.
Well, they dial up the big pass play following the recovered fumble.
What I look for, Nick, is the ceiling of a player. And what Danny Black just showed there is a ceiling that's high. That ball down the midfield with that kind of velocity, that kind of timing, shows what he can do. And it's really all about Coach Matthews and staff getting him up to that level and getting more reps and building that confidence. And that was a nice throw right there and a good route. Who was the receiver on that?
It was Poltrineri.
Poltrineri, nice receiving route.
His first catch of this first half.
Yeah.
All right. Still time, 38 seconds, 1 timeout remaining for Bedford. Bulldogs at a 1st and 10. First trip tonight inside the red zone. Black to his right, leaping catch at the 10. That's tags, cut down at about the 9-yard line. In coverage, Torres made the tackle.
They're going to save it.
Clock continuing to tick, 25 seconds and counting. Bulldogs trying to line up from the 9-yard line. 2nd down and 2. Black ready to go out of the pistol. Russell is the tailback, 4-man front for North. They roll left, looking. Black in trouble. Ball goes out. Brown picks it up, and Brown is going to be in a foot race at midfield. Russell trying to hunt him down from behind. Brown, it's going to be close. Brown goes into the end zone for the touchdown.
Wow, how things turn, huh? Wow. Looked to me like Danny Black was trying to push that ball out to a receiver, but the referee staff was having none of it, at least on the initial call. But they are conferencing. I think this may get overturned.
If it stands, it's an 84-yard fumble recovery and touchdown return by Toby Brown Jr., the officials conferring. Coach Matthews was very upset along the sideline and is now making his way onto the field looking for an explanation.
Yeah, but Coach Matthews is making his point, properly walks back off the field, but he wanted to make his point. But the big thing that Coach Matthews got in his favor here is they decided to have a conference. So somebody there saw something, which usually means it's going to be overturned. Doesn't guarantee it, but there's a discussion. I would say the longer the discussion goes on, the less likely they're going to overturn it, Nick.
Well,
usually if it's going to be turned over, the guy that saw something comes in, okay, I didn't see that, and they let it, and they overturn. But it looks, well, this was right about the middle, so we'll see what happens here.
The argument for Coach Matthews
is a good one.
Is a good one in that, what, his arm was going forward,
He
therefore
was
it should be an
looking
incomplete
down.
pass.
It's
right?
good. They're good. No.
Yeah.
I think
Touchdown.
what they're saying, Nick, this is a guess. There's no question.
It's
but
when
what
the
happened
ball
was,
come loose,
It's
right?
when the ball came loose and the referee is saying no.
Yep.
I know he was trying to start the pass, but he jarred that ball loose before he pushed it forward. So that was a... Hey,
He did not have control of the ball while his arm was going forward.
that's the whole point. So I think that's where it really boils down to.
That's the official determination here, and as a result, it's an 84-yard touchdown run for Toby Brown Jr.
And once again, New Hampshire officials do a fantastic job, Nick, of making sure that it's conferenced, everybody has their say, and then the head official makes a determination based on the evidence that he's seen, and that's all that Coach Matthews and Coach Chad can do, Zabolis can do in that situation. And but I think that was why it wasn't overturned, and that was what they were talking about. Good job, good officiating. Looks to me like they're going to go over and explain it to Coach Matthews. That's what's going on right now. Coach Matthews, no matter what, is not going to agree. But you understand that from his perspective. But at the end of the day,
well, Coach Zabolis seems content on the Nashua North
but
sideline.
what these officials are doing on a close play, Nick, is they're going over and spending the time and explaining it to Coach Matthews. So not only did they do a great job conferencing, they've also done a good job spending a few extra seconds to let the coach know the wheres and the whys in the house, and that's exactly what they did. We don't have to agree at the end of the day, but, well, I guess this would be a good lesson for the country at large. Some open communication from both sides is always good. Maybe this, we can sure do it at the local level, that's for sure.
They're still talking over there on the Bedford sideline, Coach Matthews.
But dialogue is important between the officials. They're going to be working together throughout the whole year with these coaching staffs, and the effort was made. But at the end of the day, it is their call. What you look for is process.
Well,
Brown.
it looks like we're ready to go. Brown has had quite a first half.
Toby, I mean, huh?
I've got him for 3 sacks,
Yeah,
one
monster.
tackle for a loss, 1 fumble recovery, and 1 touchdown.
Every category. Monster, absolutely. And pretty much playing every snap on offense as well, which is...
Also has 1 punt to his
one
credit
punt,
as
yeah,
well.
exactly. He is...
doing it all.
Doing it all. And
I wouldn't be surprised if I bought some more popcorn from him at halftime.
There you go.
As well.
Yeah.
All right. The kick is on the way. This is Denard Tablana after a lengthy delay.
What a turn of events, Nick. I mean, you look like Bedford was going to go down for at least 3.
Yeah. Instead, it's 84 yards the other way, and now 7 more on the board.
And clears the net.
For Nashua North after the extra point is good.
Boy.
The zero's on the clock. Meanwhile,
Yeah, they're going.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
I got lost in the shuffle there.
Well, I think it went on the run back. It was gone.
It must have been.
Yeah,
yeah.
and then you have to have the extra point.
Yeah.
So
that may have been one of the things they were discussing as well. So 19-0. Nashua North with the lead. Bulldogs with plenty of work to do.
Yep.
To get ready for the second half. All right, we will take a break. Hopefully Ben will give you a view of the halftime festivities here, if we can hook that up.
And we're going to try to get our video return because I'm going out of my mind, Nick.
Right. We haven't had any replays here since the start of the game.
But we know you have.
We'll see if we can figure that out for us, for our sake at least. And then for your sake, an updated look at the out-of-town scoreboard as well as the Week 1 scores start to come in, halftime stats as well. So a lot to get to here, including the 2 marching bands on the field here at halftime. Titans looking good at home.
Yeah.
They lead Bedford 19-0 through 2 quarters. Right back to Stello Stadium in just a moment. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school varsity and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit MGSportsFundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Halftime here at Stello Stadium. It's all Nashua North, 19-0. They lead the Bedford Bulldogs here in our Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. game of the week, presented by Beals Insurance. The Bulldogs starting off the Chad Zabolis era in high-flying fashion. A couple of long field goals in that first half. They got a 16-yard hookup between Finley and Almonte for their lone offensive touchdown. And then on the final play of the first half, an 84-yard scoop and score by Toby Brown Jr., the senior defensive end, has put together quite a first half performance to lead the defense. And right now, a lot of work to do for Coach Matthews and the Bulldogs, trailing here 19-0.
Yeah, well, Nick, it takes a program to make a transition and have it enter into the next year and immediately successful, albeit one half of football. No argument there.
Right.
But you see a lot of fundamental things going on with the Titans, Nick, that resemble third to mid-season form as far as execution level is concerned. But this is something that, you take Lisa Gingras, you take Dante, and then you take Coach Chad. It takes a package of an administrative element of a school to make a transition work comfortably, and that's exactly what's happened here. So it's a model to go by of building a program and building your successor from within. Chad looks comfortable. His staff looks comfortable. The kids are identifying and buying in. Everything looks good at that level. It's really about continued execution. And, when they stop playing the top echelon programs, how do they match up? But the big key for me, Nick, here in the first half, and again, it's only a half, they got a great kicking game. Special teams are solid. Little weak up the middle, but I give Bedford a great scheme as far as creating a lane on. But overall, Titans have solid special teams. They have some high-profile players, and their defensive backfield is the recovery speed of their D backfield and linebacker core is absolutely incredible. So there's a lot of coaching going on. There's a lot of buying in going on, and it looks to me when you look at the condition of the players out there, there was some off-season work that had to have been going well. And I give the Titans a whole program and school system and community a lot of credit for changing over to the new head coach, Nick, and starting off this solid.
Nashua North.
Sorry for that long dissertation, but it's exciting to watch and see how it's done right,
Well, I think they're back in a lot of ways, so to speak. A year where they were at 4-5 last year. Of course, tough to follow up an undefeated championship season like they did in 2020, but they're a top 5 team in the New Hampshire Union Leader Power Poll, number 4, in fact, and they can hang on to this lead. They're certainly not going to lose any ground in that poll, so they're amongst the short list of contenders in Division I. At least that was in the minds of many coming into this week 1, and that first 2-quarter performance has certainly cemented that reputation in the minds of many.
I agree, Nick, and knowing full well that the Bedford Bulldogs could come out after a good pep talk and execute better. But if you have to just look at the first half, I agree with you. It looks to me like Coach Matthews has got he's got some work to do, bringing his team and developing his team to bring it along. They have some good things to look at too, Nick. I thought their linebacker core as a whole, good tackling skills. I saw some excellent coverage by Bedford as well. So I think that there's some good things to hang your hat on there. And Danny Black clearly shows that his capability of firing the ball. He had a couple of strikes there, and he showed what we were talking. I wouldn't even say it was a ceiling, but he shows what he can do out there. He just needs to do it more consistently. But that'll never happen if the offensive line can't provide him the time and the protection to do it. Well, I would say that's the area where I would say the most work looks to me initially.
Yeah.
Good coaching, a good execution, and maturity of a bunch of players who have never played the varsity level, probably most of them. And I think Coach alluded to that on Gridiron on Wednesday night. You can progress. And one other thing. Remember, the new playoff structure means that if you finish the second half of the season strong,
right,
and your team is playing at a high level, there's plenty of time to develop and get that into place.
Some of the scores from around the state here in week number 1.
You and Ben been kibitzing, have you?
We have.
Yeah, all right.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Number 2, Exeter. 14. Portsmouth, nothing.
Wow.
End of the first quarter. Good start for the Blue Hawks,
I'll say.
as we know. Defending champion Londonderry with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter, trailing Concord by a score of 14-7.
Wow.
Winnicott and Dover out on the seacoast. They are scoreless.
That's a game I'm wondering. What's the score of that one? Oh, scoreless.
Scoreless through 12 minutes.
Wow.
In Division 2, Pelham, the 21-0 lead over West.
First time Division 2ers.
Yep. And an update, Steve. Londonderry's just scored.
Yep.
And it's tied the game with Concord. Less than 2 minutes to go in that first quarter. 14-14 between the Lancers and the Crimson Tide. All right, both teams are now back on the field. They put, I think, an additional couple of minutes up on the scoreboard, so we're still about 2.5 minutes away from third quarter action as we take a look at that Bedford sideline. What are some of the things, Steve, that Bedford can do to get back in the game? I know it's an uphill process here, and you're not going to get all 19 points back in one fell swoop, but what are some of the things that Coach Matthews can implicate immediately here as we get set for the third quarter?
Well, it's 19-0. It's the first game of the year. You got to do something for your team that's going to allow them to go in their strengths. Generally speaking, I like to, as you know, Nick, make it no secret, I like to run the ball, create openings in the passing game as a result of a run. Looks to me like the defensive line is as all and maybe a little beyond what this Bedford Bulldog offensive line can handle at this point. So what I'd be doing is looking for some quick passes, stretch the field out just a little bit, and get some stuff underneath. Because to me, Danny Black, when he's on and he gets, and I would try to get rid of the ball within two and a half seconds, because that's probably all he's going to get. So I would be looking at a lot of short passes. Might want to stretch the field once in a while, and just live or die with the pass, and then try to develop the run with hopefully succeeding at your strongest part of the offense, which it would seem right now is quick passes. So that's what I would do. And then hopefully, as I just said, that the defense will have to set back a little bit, not be blitzing all the time because you're beating them. And then that might give an opportunity for some runs. I really don't. Danny does not look like, at least so far, way too early to tell on our part, doesn't look like a prolific runner that Michael's running ability was incredible. But Danny does show that when he's got a few seconds, he can make a really deliver a really solid reception.
If you're Nashua North, anything different here, or do you basically stick with that first half game plan?
If Nashua North, I think the first thing I would do is, if I was Coach Chad, especially first game of the year, is if they score another touchdown, I'd put working some twos in the game, so his top level players aren't playing both sides of the ball. Probably keep them on defense, because one thing Nashua North can't afford is an injury on a game that they didn't need it.
And we saw a scare.
Yeah.
Back in that second quarter.
But seemed to be fine
Derek
afterwards.
Finley did return.
Looked like a stinger. Maybe he just got a little bit of a nerve stinger there.
Anytime you see your quarterback flexing the wrist, it can cause the coach to lose a few heartbeats.
I couldn't agree with you more, Nick. But that's what continue doing exactly what you're doing, but I would rest a little bit more. Doesn't mean you take them out of the game, but make sure they're fresh and healthy going in, and be looking to protect those players so they don't get injured due to over fatigue.
All right. Getting set to go here, third quarter. Bedford, remember, they won the coin toss and deferred to the second half, so they will receive the football here. Bedford, meanwhile, they picked up a penalty at the tail end of the first half. Unsportsmanlike conduct from the sideline after that controversial 84-yard scoop and score by Toby Brown.
Yeah, you got to continue. Look, if a referee just looks back at you and just says, too bad, go get the sidelines, doesn't talk to you. But we talked about this before the close of the first half, Nick. The referees did everything. They conferred. They had two different opinions. They had that evidentiary hearing between the two of them. The head official makes the determination after a long listen, and then has the decency to go over the sidelines and explain the process to the sideline coach, which shows that the process was solid. So that's an unfortunate penalty. I'm sure Coach Matthew would probably like to have that one back, but it just happens in the heat of the game. They spend so much time there getting the team developed.
All right, the kick is well out of the end zone on the shortened field, and will be pulled out of the bushes behind the uprights, and the football placed at the 20-yard line. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you, and a few thousand others here at Stello Stadium. gorgeous night. Sun is completely set. The lights are on and needed here at Stellos, and
Our
the
good
home
friend
team played very well in that first half.
Roger
for these
Brown
home
down there,
fans.
kibitzing with the officials. He gets around that field.
He knows everybody down there, for
everybody, and I think he was a former track star, because 2 plays later, he's over the other side of the field.
Meanwhile, this is Russell on the first carry of the second half. Going to go straight forward, close to a first down. The junior with some hard running. Picks up 9 on the play to set up a second down and 1.
And right next to Roger is Joe Marshallino, another media guest, Nick, that I know you have a great relationship with. He comes on, does a terrific job for us. Folks, go on New Hampshire High School Sports and check out his production of the season. He did BG, and Joe's just a very talented guy, did a terrific job. He's been very supportive of us, and can't say enough about the job that he did on that. So check that out, folks.
Meanwhile, Black on a quarterback keeper. Not fooling the Titan defense up the middle. Another late flag, though, is going to fly after Rosario makes the tackle for the Titans. Looks like the back judge threw the flag.
Yep.
Saw something in there late in the play that he did not like. These two teams were penalty-free in the first quarter. And then in the final 5 minutes or so, racked up a combined 6 penalties.
Yeah, it got a little yellow there in the last section. Yeah, it just got stagnant and a lot of stoppage. Wasn't my favorite 6 minutes of football.
Right.
But previous to that, a lot of steady action. You could see good strategy on both sides and
good game flow.
Good game flow. Yep.
This is going to go against Nashua North.
It's a 15-yarder.
It may have been a personal foul.
Maybe in on the pile late. I don't know.
Either way, Bedford will take it as the ball is marched up to the 45-yard line. Bulldogs need something to break their way. It looked like they were in business there inside of 2 minutes before halftime. They recovered a fumble, got some good field position, drove it down inside the red zone, and then
I think that's part of the frustration on that call, Nick, was they felt like they were going to close it with some points, and boom, it's just gone. Just like that, and you're 7 points more down.
Potentially a 14-point turnaround there.
Yes.
Up the middle, Russell tripped up as he goes downhill through the hole.
51 it looked like there from the Titans.
Goes up to the 46-yard line.
It's like Darius Smith. Nice job.
And they're going to give Darius Smith some credit. Raisin and Andino, who has played well, was in the area as well. It's only a 1-yard gain. So the Bedford facing a second down and 9 from their own 46-yard line. All right, Black back in the pistol. Russell is the tail behind him. Receiver each side, tight end each side. Then a motion near side. They fake to him. They go to Russell. He spins his way across the 50. Still fighting for more yardage near the first down marker.
That's what Bedford needs right now, Nick. Something to cheer about, something to get pumped up about. That was a good hard run.
Down to the Titan 45-yard line. That's where the first down marker was. And they're going to go ahead and move the chains here, coming up on 2 minutes gone by third quarter.
Looks like the Titans are moving in and out tackle packages pretty regularly here, Nick. Kind of feeding into the concept of resting that interior. Sort of a group of new 3 go in there.
Coach Matthews flashing some hand signals. And apparently the Bulldogs change up the play. They're going to spread it out a bit. Pistol snap, handoff. Good piece of running here. That's Grudinskis. Junior absorbed the tackle at the line of scrimmage, kept the legs going. Ends up down near the 40-yard line. Peters got him in the end.
Yeah.
After about a 5-yard pickup.
Nice running angle there. Shoulder forward, head up, shoulders down, as they say. And you got those hips and those knees cocked where he's driving on small steps, and he's able to punch out an extra 2 or 3 yards. Nice second effort there on that run.
Second down and 5. 4-man front. Titans showing pressure off the edge. They go back to Grudinskis. Not much this time.
Yeah, 21.
Well, again, Raisin and Andino in the hole defensively for the Titans.
He's racking up a few tackles, Nick.
He is. Forward progress for Bedford will bring the ball down to, the 39-yard line or so. And now we see what looks like a third down and 4, maybe 5 on the way.
Perfect temperature, perfect humidity.
A little bit of a breeze here.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And again, you could not ask for a better turnout Bleachers on both sides, pretty much full. Student sections from both schools, bands from both schools, and as you mentioned, those in the know are here as well, including Roger Brown of the New Hampshire Football Report and Joe Marcellina of NHHighSchoolSports.com.
I think the expectations coming in this game probably were not likely to be a 19-0 game. I think that it was expectation to be a lot closer. Game still could wind up that way at the end. That's why they play the whole game. But at least the first half was concerned. I was a little surprised, pleasantly surprised with the Titans, Nick. Especially that offensive line. I was talking to the great Tom King from the land of the Tom Pound.
Yeah.
We're talking about that, how offensive line execution to that level this early is pretty good stuff.
Not sure what the delay is.
There's been a lot of them.
Yeah. And now another whistle here as we get set for a 3rd and 5. Some of the fans starting to become restless.
Get a little frustrated.
Continued communication between the officials and the coaches.
Yeah.
Ball is still placed just outside the 40 at the 41-yard line. Ready to go. Officially, it looks like a 3rd down and 6. Out of the pistol, tight end in motion, and again an illegal motion here is going to bring a flag.
That 2 men in motion to look like, Nick?
I think so.
Yeah, I think you're right. I thought I saw that in a prior set.
It looks like the H-back moved to his left.
Exact same situation.
And then there was a little stutter as well. So the Bulldogs are going to have to eat the 5-yard penalty and now face a 3rd down and 11 from the Titan 46-yard line.
Yeah, this pace is not what you're looking for out of a football game.
Especially if you're Bedford. Down 19-0.
That's what I mean. Yeah, no, I agree.
You need to start picking up yards in a hurry here.
Yep.
Titans would love a 3rd down stop. They'll send 4 down linemen to face the Bulldogs pistol formation. 3 receivers. They stay on the ground. Russell met by Brown inside the 40 and twisted down at about the 39-yard line.
Yeah, Russell grinds for yardage, too. That's the 3rd time I've seen him do that. And he and Gradinska seem to be a pretty good duo there.
On 3rd and 11, they pick up 7.
Nice.
So 4th down and 4, enough to cause Coach Matthews to think about it here.
Yeah, at this point, first game of the year, you're down 19-0. I think they're going to go, and they are.
This drive is chewed up nearly 5 minutes.
Yep.
To begin this 3rd quarter.
Bedford needs something they can take in the film room and show, hey, this is how you do it when we're executing.
Titan fans stomping on the bleachers here at Stello Stadium, and we get our first timeout of the second half. It's called by Bedford.
My guess, Nick, is Coach Matthews didn't get the defensive set that he was looking for. They may have foiled the crime, so to speak, ahead of time, and his attitude is, I think he and I agree with him, he recognizes how important this particular drive is to succeed.
Our broadcast brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance. Get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. By New Hampshire iPhone Repair. It's done while you wait. It's backed by their lifetime warranty. Now with 6 locations in southern New Hampshire and on the seacoast, visit NHiPhoneRepair.com. By the New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NHTomahawks.com and also girls.NHTomahawks.com. And also by Ghost Energy. Ghost is an active lifestyle sports nutrition brand that powers and empowers users to be seen beyond the walls of the gym. Be seen.
Boy, Nick, that's some nice packaging.
4th down. Near side, Black on the scramble, goes nowhere.
Just excellent job staying square, stringing that play out defensively. Just nowhere to go, Nick. Nowhere to go.
Brown, Rosario, and company all waiting along the edge. And Black runs out of real estate in a hurry. The Bulldogs run out of downs. And the Titans, after nearly a 5-minute drive from Bedford, are going to take over.
Excellent work squaring out. Just swarm tackling. Everybody's moving to the ball. Second, third waves coming in afterwards.
Well, we've mentioned Jack Peters a lot tonight, the senior. How about the sophomore Luke Peters involved in that play as well, number 18 in blue? Speaking of Peters the elder, he's going to get a tailback carry here and crunch his way up to about the 45-yard line. Looks like a gain of 2. Bedford says they have the football. The officials, I believe, are going to spot Peters down.
They are.
So no fumble. Titans will hold it. 2nd down and 8 on the way as we near the midway point already of this third quarter.
I tried to reach in and grab one of those ghost drinks, and I my hand hit the monitor.
They did look refreshing.
They did look very refreshing.
In full 1080 HD.
I got a self-made lemonade here.
You do. That looks tempting as well.
It's doing the job. Nick bought me a water, but I kind of loaded up ahead of time. I gave him it. I gave
it to me back. I'm good with the H2O. Well, up the middle, Almonte, Steve, has been busy tonight.
Yeah,
playing his first varsity action. He's already pulled in a 16-yard touchdown. He's made several tackles defensively. Very impressive. And so you get some hard running here, only a yard or so to set up a 3rd and 7.
So many players you've brought up and talked about, Nick, on the Titans squad. Bedford as well, but the Titans tonight, a lot of participation, and it's broad-based, and that's what you like to see on a team. Yeah. And that tells you something when that's the case. So
contributions up and down. Offense, defense, and special teams as well tonight. Finley, roll out on 3rd and 7. This one is tipped and incomplete.
Bright spot defensively. A lot of high hands in the air by Bedford. I think that's the 3rd deflection that they've had. I know it's at least 2.
They're going to credit Jake Ben. At 5'9", 215, the junior got his hand up in time to get a piece.
And that's what you look to build on. You look at some areas in Coach Matthews' squad that looks solid, and you have to maintain that. But it's nice to see certain segments of the game for Bedford look pretty solid. But there's work to do in certain areas, especially in the offense.
You like what the Bulldog defense just did. They forced the 3 and out.
They did.
And they only lost a minute and a half or so on the clock. Meanwhile, flag here on the punt. It's fielded on the bounce.
Open field.
Spiraling out of bounds where? At about the 34-yard line. Again, there's a flag.
Nick,
pretty good return there by Dan Taggs.
Very mild. I wouldn't call it a critique. Just something that Finley needs to think about at quarterback. He tends to throw 3-quarter inside a lot. Probably would be a tremendous infield. He is kind of Mahomes-esque. I think we talked about that the other night on Gridiron. Really, when he gets in the pocket throw like that, and he's not outside the pocket, you really want to set your feet, kind of nail the hammer, be a little bit more top hand as far as the pass is concerned, and But that's one of the reasons why these balls are coming out at shoulder or below, and he really wants to deliver that by the ear.
This penalty is against Bedford.
Not to say that a $500 million quarterback that throws 3-quarter round is anything to shake a stick at, but at least conventionally, when you start getting a lot of passes batted down, that's something that when you're in the pocket, you have to look at the delivery, at the height in which the ball is being released at, and that's a factor.
All right, 1st and 10 following another delay.
Throwing mechanics.
You're going to get Black back in the pistol, 2 receivers, strong side left, looking left, throwing, dropped. Trying to set up the screen again. Nate Clark, the intended receiver, the junior,
well
couldn't
thrown
quite
ball.
reel it in.
Yeah, you got to grab that. Got to catch that. Sometimes you see that dark blue jersey coming lining you up, but you got to make that inside slant there. You got to make that reception there for your quarterback.
2nd down and 10.
Just going back to the drawing board.
Seen 2 or 3 drops tonight. Amongst this Bedford receiving corps. First varsity start for Danny Black. He's held his own here, trying to get his team back on the right track on this drive. That run is bottled up, Steve. That's one thing that Bedford has not quite been able to do consistently tonight. Run the ball, particularly inside between the tackles, and that's always something they had done well in previous years.
But when your offensive line can't sustain more than a 2.5 seconds to 2 seconds, you're really looking for 2.5 seconds minimum. But you can do a lot in 2 as well. But, I mean, this is a situation where you kind of work Danny Black outside the pocket. I know, I'd be doing that more often and trying to make something happen there. Get him outside.
See if he throws here on 3rd and 11. Screen over the top. Leaping grab by Russell, but he's not going to get it.
Great open field tackle.
Does pick up yards across the 40 to the 41, but it's about 3 yards shy of that first down marker. It's 4th and 3.
Lack of attendance and lack of participation and lack of loudness has not been a problem tonight in this game. Both of these programs, I don't think I've been to a Titans game, Nick, for a while that had this many fans. This place is jammed on the home side, and this is a big stadium.
By the way, another good tackle on that previous play by Jordan Raisin and Andino.
Yep, been a factor all game.
All right. Bulldogs got a punt here, at least that's what it looks like. They send Snow back to his own 31-yard line on a 4th and 3. High snap over Snow's head. Looking to dive on it at the 10. Can't quite get there. Brown then whiffs. And that looked like it's still loose as a number of players from both sides pounce on it. Either way, it'll be Titan football inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, that's a big mistake. Special teams is something that's so important that you keep sound. And the kick return team of Bedford's looked pretty solid tonight, I'd say. Every time, good blocking. But boy,
you see the errant snap there. Just sailed over Snow's head, and then both Snow and his counterpart Brown.
Yeah, there was
had
no
a chance to recover that, but the ball had a mind of its own. Meanwhile, Finley in the offense right back on the field. Titans threatening to really break this open, leading 19-0. Horizontal pass. Almonte tries a couple of stiff arms, stays inbounds along the near sideline.
Yeah.
And eventually fights his way down to the 6-yard line for a gain of about 3.
Watch the nice stiff arm here. This is what you train runners when they get to watch him. He gets the ball on the outside. He switches the ball. That opens up that arm. And he stiff arms him. And he grabs about 3 or 4 extra yards. Whoa, that was a shoulder pad. It wasn't a helmet. Okay. By
a clean block there at the end.
Clean, yeah. I thought it was a face mask when you looked at it first.
Down to 3 minutes here, 3rd quarter. Still got the same halftime score up on the board, 19-0 Nashua North.
Nick has to calm my anxiety when we lose video return. I just feed off it. And our senior tech, John Barron, thank you so much, John. I owe you, buddy.
Bailed us out at halftime.
Bailed us out, got to go into halftime. Thank you, John.
Left side, Luke Peters. Sophomore looking for room on that far sideline. Going to draw a flag.
Yeah, we're going to get a hold, I think, here.
Going to be rolled down near the 5-yard line if this stands.
I'd like to see this one again. When you have that student body left there, it's very. Let's see if we can.
It's going to be a hold here, Steve, against Nashua North.
Yeah, I think they're going to get it on Gradinskis. Not whoever was trying to block Gradinskis. It looks to me like there might have been a little tug when he tried to release off the shoulder pads there, and
that's a long time. You're asking the player to hold the block.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah,
on a horizontal run like that.
Yeah, that play took a long time to develop.
It's going to cost the Titans as they are backed up here to what the 14-yard line looks like. So it's 2nd and goal from the 14. Finley going to take off to his right, being hunted, looking for the sideline, going to step out of bounds right near the line of scrimmage.
Now there's maturity right there. There was nothing there. He missed an open man early. He knows it. He missed it. He says, okay. And what does he do? He pulls the ball and he runs out of bounds. Don't put the law into your own, take the law into your own hands as a quarterback. See, he saw him. He says, I was a little late on that one. He tucks it right there, says, nothing doing. I'm just going to run out of bounds. That's just a quarterback taking what they're giving you and having the maturity and the patience to know, hey, we'll go back to the line of scrimmage and start over and let my coaches tell me what to do next. That's what you like to see.
Pretty gutsy cameraman down there as well.
Is that
the action
Craig?
Coming right at our own Craig Incardoni.
Yeah, both of our men down there are fearless, both of them.
3rd and goal from the 15, incomplete. Broken up by Joel Poltrinari, who played well both ways for Bedford. Got his right hand, it looked like, on that pass.
Yep.
Which was a bullet, by the way, fired by Finley. Incomplete. So 4th and goal from the 15-yard line, Steve, and we may see the 3rd field goal attempt. In fact, it looks like we are.
Almost a carbon copy of the first 3 points of the ball game.
Toplana.
Yep.
He drilled a 35-yarder.
Just inside the left post, remember?
Yep. Kicking left to right back in that first quarter. Going to try to do the same here. This looks like from about 32 yards away. Snap, hold, kick, up, and
left.
no good.
Yep.
It kind of floated towards that far side and ends up wide of the upright.
Yep.
Toplana now 1 for 2 on extra point attempts and 2 for 3 on field goal attempts.
Plenty of leg, but if you look at his body here, he's just a little too much. Where's the flag here? Yeah, see the flag?
Not a whole lot of wind.
Yeah, look up there. There's quite a bit.
A little bit.
There's quite a bit. Old Glory up there.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the orange. Yeah, I guess there is a little bit.
Yeah.
At the top of the uprights, you can see. But
we'll go with the wind, right?
Sometimes if you're trying to kick from one hash versus the
No
other,
doubt. Yep.
Maybe you think a little bit harder trying to.
A little overcompensation.
Exactly.
Yep.
Trying to direct.
Looked like he might have been pulling a little bit left as his foot released. That's just a matter of doing it 200, 300 more times. And because these kickers are doing it all day long. It's such an important part of the game.
And he's also drawn some oohs and ahs already tonight.
He got himself a leg. He
some of those kicks.
He sure does.
Meanwhile, back to business for the Bedford offense. They try a run right side. That'll get about 5. Tackle made by Almonte. Again, Russell really taking the reins here. Steve, the junior tailback, has led the Bulldogs in carries tonight.
This is strictly constructive. This is a new young group of offensive linemen. If we could get a replay on that, I'd like to see. You have to block to the whistle. It's so hard to remember to do that when you're off play. But I don't know if Ben can get again. But you got to be really careful not to stand up and say, "Oh, the run's over that way," because you never know when there's going to be a cutback. Right. And that retaining that block is a difference between a touchdown and a 3 or 4 yard gain. And these are the things that Coach Matthews and his staff will continue to work on with these young fellas and develop their skills. And there's nothing better, Nick, than having actual game film to bring back into the clubhouse and start making improvements.
All right, Russell cut down in the backfield. That's Xavier Jalbert.
Yeah,
the senior defensive tackle showing some emotion after coming up with a tackle for a loss there.
Has an older brother, Jalbert, too, right? I think there was an older brother that played on the championship team, I believe. I could be wrong on that.
Sounds right.
Yeah. But, the broad-based successes of the Titans have been impressive tonight. A lot of participation from a lot of different players making some plays.
Coming up on 30 seconds to go, third quarter. It's been a scoreless third quarter. Still 19-0 North out in front. Bulldogs facing a 3rd down and 5. Man in motion, and again,
yeah.
The receiver jumped here on the near side. That's Pulmonero. For Poltrinari, Poltrinari looked like didn't get the memo on the snap count. So a false start. Another 5-yard penalty against Bedford.
There's one of my old reps there, the man in the white hat. He has experience beyond belief. Used to work for Preferred Mutual. And terrific guy. I don't want to say his name, but
been busy tonight.
He's been busy tonight, and he's had officiated a really good. I didn't know that was him. Just saw it on the camera.
Final 20 seconds now and counting.
He's one of the best.
3rd and 10 following the 5-yard procedure penalty.
I'll just say it's Phil.
Looking left, Black, deep downfield. Leaping grab at the 45.
What a grab. Wow.
That's Joel Poltrinari, the man who just committed the penalty.
And look like
a leaping catch at the 45, and now there's a Titan player shaken up.
Yeah, I think it's wind knocked out of him.
2 seconks to go here. They're going to stop the clock and bring the trainer onto the field.
I'll be happy to see that right leg move. The left leg. Yeah, he got knocked out. Yeah, he got the wind knocked out.
That's Xavier Francis, the senior, who landed pretty hard on his back.
He sure did.
Yeah. And as you said, good to see him walking off the field.
Well, I saw the left leg moving. I just didn't see. I wasn't sure if he injured his right leg, and I was hoping and praying that wasn't the case.
Meanwhile, there's still less than 2 seconds to go in this third quarter. They do have the sticks all set up. The ball is placed at the 46.
Ben, I apologize.
I think the clock should should continue to tick here in a second.
Sorry about that, Nick.
In this case, we're down, and there it is. They run off the final 2 seconds. Got to take a break here. 3 quarters in the books. Titans with a comfortable 19-0 lead on the board. 4th quarter next. Do the Bulldogs have one comeback left in them? We begin to find out next. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Oh, there's no time.
Start of the 4th quarter here in Nashua. It's been all Nashua North tonight. 19-0. As we begin this 4th quarter, Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Black is hit, and he goes down.
Number 2-1.
Jordan Raisinin Andino.
Unbelievable. Been really difficult to contain. Well, while we got a break, Nick.
It looks like something is going on in the stands to our right. I'm not sure if it's a fight or what, but a number of students have rushed down the stairs and are apparently watching something from just beyond our vantage point here. We'll keep an eye on that.
Ooh, that's quite a hit there.
And there's been a lot of big hits tonight. Raisin and Andino has laid out a few of them.
But Danny's game got right back up.
And here's Black. And get hammered again. This time it's Jack Peters. Wow. Black lucky to hang on to possession.
How did he hang on to that, Nick?
Now twice in a row. Got knocked pretty good. Pretty hard. Meanwhile, 3rd down.
We'll see that one again.
And a mile here.
Where did he cut? Looks like he came through a blitz package inside the end. Wow.
Yeah, Peters has put his stamp on this one really from the get-go. So is his entire really front 7, Steve. They've been everywhere in terms of stifling the run, laying out some big hits, and pressuring the quarterback.
2 things. Danny Black has proven he can take a hit, and he's a tough kid. And you need that from a quarterback. However, you can't keep taking hits like that, because eventually even the toughest of athletes.
3rd down.
I like the play.
About 25. A screen here to Russell.
Yeah, this is what I mean, Nick, when they
pushed
start
out
over.
of bounds, shy of the 40-yard line. Looks like 4th and about 8 on the way.
I'd like to see a lot more of this stuff. And they've tried at times, but there's been some missed receptions that Danny's thrown right in the button. So, keep that in mind. I think there's at least 3 drops, right? And there's been some great catches as well. But, he's proven to me that he's got a gun. We just got to figure out how to work that gun into the game in offensive plays that are in his strong zone that doesn't require a lot of time from the offensive line. And you got to build your program around that, at least at this point, as you're developing that line.
I said 4th and 7 or 4th and 8. It's more like 4th and 18. I had my eye on the wrong marker. So an obvious punting situation, and now a muffed punt on the return attempt is going to get Bedford the ball back. That was DeGessie who misguessed on where the ball would end up. Went in and out of his hands, and one of the Bedford gunners able to scoop it up inside the Titan 30-yard line.
And down 19-0 going in the 4th quarter, and this young man is given everything he's got. Those are the high points you got to take in the film room and say, look, guys, we need this kind of effort from everybody if we're going to be able to, to continue to improve. So that was just a great effort. You know, it's easy to do that when you're 19-0 up, but when you're 19-0 down,
right,
that's a big play.
So Bedford's offense right back on the field. They go Russell, and there's Peters again in the backfield.
Yeah, if you can't block for a pass more than a second to a second and a half, you're sure as heck not going to be able to run his own read run like that, or an RPO run like that takes that long developing in the backfield. Watch how long this takes to develop in the backfield. Just too long. He hasn't even crossed the center of the field yet of the hash marks, and they're in the backfield. It's just not going to happen.
Peters did not see much resistance on his way through the line into the backfield.
He did not. I would agree.
A couple of tackles for a loss here in this fourth quarter for Peters, one of the veteran standouts defensively for Coach Zabolis. Black going to fire off target, looking for the big tight end Sheridan, incomplete.
But you could clearly watch, if we can get a replay of that, watch the happy feet. I mean, he's got zing so many times. You'll see here, watch, the feet are happy. He's not really set. He's turned, he's just kind of sails it off of the weight of it's all on the back end of his body. He needs to be following through with that. But you can kind of understand because he's taking some shots.
Yeah.
So he's playing defensively back there. And
he's been sacked a handful of times.
Yeah, it's the nature of the sacks, too, though.
Twice in this fourth quarter, some bone-rattling hits from this Titan defense. All right, third down and 13, nearly 3 minutes in fourth quarter. Bulldogs trying to get in the red zone and keep this drive alive. South would love a stop. North, rather.
I like the play.
Black. Peters chases him down
so
and
fast.
Spins him down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made inbound, so the clock will continue to run. Peters showing off that speed in pursuit.
Watch this acceleration. They have him beat, by the way. He's beat, and he comes from nowhere. And that is an athletic tackle right there. Look at this. Look at him come out of nowhere. Look at that acceleration recovery speed.
I mean, great angle, and you mentioned it, the key word, speed.
Yeah, recovery speed. There's nothing more amazing when a guy is beat and then he can close that, kind of a la Deion Sanders. You know, he was one of those guys that he'd get beat. His recovery speed was so fast. Some of the best I've ever seen.
Fourth down and a long 14 for Bedford. Black back to throw, going to air it out. It's intercepted. Picked off by Torres at the 6-yard line.
Yeah, had the time to throw there. They gave him the time, but again, working a little bit off of the back foot here. Really wants to step into that throw. I could be wrong here. Yeah.
Peters right in his face.
Yeah, right in his face, and that was the difference right there. That's what happened.
And again, I think you're okay with that if you're Coach Matthews. It's the equivalent of a punt.
Yeah, absolutely.
And actually a pretty good one.
Yep.
As they're down at the 7-yard line officially.
Yeah, he didn't really come across. You're right. He had Peters in his face, so he had to kind of lift up and throw it, so he wasn't able to step into it. So,
nearly 4 minutes gone by, fourth quarter. We've been stuck on this 19-0 Nashua North lead since halftime. Titans backed up in their own backyard here to begin the drive. Peters stumbles and is ruled down just shy of the 10-yard line after a 2-yard gain. I don't think he was hit. He just lost his footing.
I think he saw so much real estate he didn't know which lane he was going to take. He had one leg going one way, the other leg going the other.
Peters.
Yeah, he wasn't too happy about that. He had some running room there.
Yeah.
Look at this crowd here, folks. This is actually there's been some folks who have left with 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter here. This has been a tremendous showing for the football faithful here in Nashua.
Yeah, good sign. Hopefully we can keep that momentum moving forward. We're going to be right back here tomorrow night, folks, to see Bishop Girton, number 3 in our Union Leader Power Poll. And they're going to have their hands full, I think, tomorrow with Nashua South, a team that, according to Coach Knight, is a pretty good defense. A lot of returnees on that side of the ball, and we could tell, talking to the longtime head coach, that he was excited, particularly about that unit. So it's going to be BG, it's going to be South, it's going to be tomorrow night. And it's going to be coming your way at 6 o'clock Eastern with us getting on the air at about 5:45.
After you left, Nick, after the show, Ben and I were talking, and my son kind of piped in from D.C. on text and said, that was about as intimidating a look with him sitting in that stool there. I got to tell you, you want to.
It was an interesting camera angle.
Yeah.
Kind of looking up at the 20-year head coach who looked like he had just come from the weight room.
I have I have no doubt that Coach Knight has the respect of his players.
Yeah. By the way, if you missed any of those interviews,
nice guy though. What a great guy.
Check him out before the game tomorrow. You can find all of our broadcasts, both live and recorded, on YouTube. That's Friday Night Lights New Hampshire on YouTube, FNL NH Media. Check out the videos section. And, of course, we're back to our Thursday schedule with FNL Gridiron coming your way live from the Beals Insurance Studios this Thursday at 6 o'clock Eastern. We'll have exclusive interviews with coaches, players, and writers all throughout the 2022 NHIAA football season.
Absolutely, Nick. And, folks, check out the Chad game. Heading towards 4,000 views, thousands of hours of that being watched, folks. It's just a great tribute to using football to help young people. And let me tell you, those guys, after they do that fundraising, they do go out there and try to win that game. And I thought that Chad game was a very enjoyable one to watch. Obviously, I'm sure that the West would think a little bit, was it north or south or east or west? East or west. But great game to go watch.
All right, coming up at the midway point, fourth quarter, out of the timeout. Finley back to the ground. El Monte spun down.
Yeah.
This kid's played well for Bedford tonight.
He has.
No question about it. That's the middle linebacker, Parker Bromley, who made a number change right before the game.
I think the whole linebacker core of Bedford has played well.
Supposed to be out there.
That's been a bright spot, no question.
Supposed to be out there as number 3 in white. He's wearing number 52, and he's been active since the opening whistle.
Not how you want to form tackle right there, and he knows that. But most of his tackles have been very solid form tackling. But he got it done anyway, just because he was in the right spot, chose the right lane. And but you do want to break down, get a little bit lower into those hips. But overall, I think the Bedford linebacker core has done a respectable job tonight against a good Titan running game.
The only bad tackle is a missed tackle.
That's it.
Brown going to get this one up. He's going to travel well, take a bounce at the 40, played off the bounce by Snow, and here he comes.
Oh, what a hit.
Stoned at about the 22-yard line. Who is that? Rosario again?
What is wrong with it? Why is there a flag on that?
Flag comes out late, right in the area of the tackle, just outside the 20-yard line.
I do not understand what the flag is. Are they saying he lowered his head? Maybe he did, but it looked to me
like it was clean.
But I could be wrong. They're right there. They see it.
Well, good job both ways. Snow able to hit the ground running, playing the
thanks for slowing it down, Ben.
Punt off the bounce, and there is a pretty good-looking tackle to me by Rosario.
I do like Rosario to keep his head up, but I didn't see anything that even resembled targeting or anything else. I do not understand that flag. Unless they're throwing it on himself with the idea. Wow. Yeah, don't like to see them lower their head like that, but it had nothing to do with any shot to the head or targeting or anything like that. But that could, as I said, Nick, that could be just nothing more. Here we're going to see it again. Slow it right down, Ben. That's a good tackle right there. Yeah. I think it's. I don't like to see the head go down. It's always heads up, shoulders down.
Right.
But he had his head to the side of the body when he hit him. I mean,
this is now Bedford's best opportunity to get on the board here. They're just outside the 10-yard line, trying to erase the goose egg, trailing 19-0. They give it off left side. Russell going to fight forward down to where? About the 7-yard line, maybe? More like the 8, maybe the 9-yard line. Looks like a gain of a big 2 there. They're going to spot it just outside the 9, so second down and about 7 to go here.
Big hits are okay. It's still okay to have a big hit as long as it's done mechanically, not to injure the other player. Unless there's a rule out there that Nick says that the referees need to protect the player himself for doing that, but I don't know of that yet as a penalty call. But
I would like to know what that officially was.
So
was
would
it
I.
Spearing?
I don't
Leading
know.
with the head? I don't know.
I don't think so. Touchdown.
Outside, give, touchdown, Bedford. Dom Tags, the junior, has played well tonight. The stretch run there, finds the corner and finds the end zone from 9 yards out to put the Bulldogs on the board here Now less than 5 minutes to go in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, blockers were able to get out ahead, Nick, get downfield, open up a scene, did a great job of getting to the line of scrimmage, turning up, reading his blockers developing, reading as the blocks developed, and into pay dirt for a touchdown.
So Bedford takes advantage of the short field. They get on the board. Two-score game, no matter what happens here on the extra point try at 19-6. Snow, after absorbing that big hit a moment ago, ready to kick the extra point. The holder is Sabati. The kick is up. Plenty of leg and good.
Plenty of leg there, that's for sure.
Bulldogs needed it. They get it. They're within 12 now at 19-7. The clock, though, working against the Bulldogs as well. Less than 5 minutes remaining. Coming up after the game, full breakdown here from Stello Stadium. Scoring summary, statistics, and highlights. Plus a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Number 1, Londonderry. Had some trouble early with Concord. Were they able to pull away? Or do we have an upset brewing? It's one of the games we'll keep an eye on and get to after the game. That's all on the way following the action here at Stellos.
Had a quick conversation with Jason Roby from ETV, and apparently what he believes it is that what he heard was a targeting. If putting your head on the side of the uniform is targeting, that's news to me. But again, sometimes the impact of the hit will, draw a flag, because these officials recognize these guys are high school kids, and there's that propensity out there to protect them at all costs. So that may be the case there. But at the end of the day, Bedford scores, gets on the board, 7 points, Nick.
Nope. Not over yet here, 19-7.
Yep.
Just about 5 minutes to go.
Nice run.
Do we see an onside kick here?
With 5 minutes, it's a could go either way. I don't know.
6 to one side, 4 to the other, and there is the squib. It's going to be handled on the second bounce at the 40 and down right away by one of the up men.
A little too hot. You kind of want to bound that thing in a lazy way, and kind of like the Heinz ketchup anticipation, waiting on the return line there for the ball to come to him to 10 yards.
Good piece of handling there by Nick DeGessi.
It was.
One of the wide receivers playing that one textbook fashion. And good starting field position here for the Titans. Offense been kind of quiet here. They've not scored in the second half. Haven't needed to with that big 19-0 halftime lead, but I'd imagine they want to put this one to bed with a couple of first downs here. 4:55 to go. They go to the ground. And this again is a strong run up the middle by Jordan Raisin and Andino.
Yeah, and nice job by Jordan to put two hands on the ball, recognizing that the possession is key here. Bedford has 2 timeouts left, so they can stop it twice. But a first down here is going to probably grind quite a, it's going to go a long way to locking this one down with a 2-score lead.
Well, they give up 8 on first down, a little deflating too if you're the defense here. The clock continuing to tick, and now just a 2nd and 2. Facing Finley in this Titan offense. Finley in the pistol, taking his time. Raisin and Andino is the tail. 2 receivers right, wing back, and 1 receiver left. Here's the snap against the 4-man front, trying to bounce left side, not going to do it.
Yep.
Bedford into the backfield in a hurry. Sheridan, the defensive end with the tackle. Forearm attempt by Andino did nothing. They lose a yard, and now a timeout is going to be called by Coach Matthews.
I don't know if they're kind of closing or tightening down the offensive playbook a little bit on the Titans, but either Bedford's getting a little bit stronger in the second half, or Coach Abolis is just getting really conservative and just going to kind of not necessarily show everything he's got, get in some twos. I've seen a couple more substitutions come in.
Well, we talked with Coach Zabolis on FNL Gridiron back on Wednesday, and he seemed comfortable, Steve. He seemed like a guy who was not overwhelmed being in the position of head coach for the first time. Obviously very familiar with the players and the coaches after years of being the coordinator, one of the coordinators, of course, under Coach Lorendi. But he seems like he had not just a finger on the pulse, but maybe all 10 fingers, so to speak, really in tune with his team on the eve of the opener?
Well, I think both, we talked about it, Nick. He just seems so comfortable, seems like such a comfortable transition. We were talking about that. That takes a leadership team to be able to do that, but he obviously has the respect of his players. You can clearly see that he's got, a lot of attention, all the attention that he needs from his staff and his players. Just seems very disciplined down on the sidelines as well. So
Bedford down to 1 timeout as we resume. Titans on 3rd and 5. Look for a receiver screen with Andino. That's Almonte.
It's going to be an interesting call right here.
I think he's short.
He is short. Yeah, he's a yard short.
But do you go for it?
Yeah, do you go for it and just seal it, or do you kick it down? My guess is with his defense, he's going to kick it down.
Well, it's 4th and less than a yard.
Yeah, but
it's like about 4th and a foot.
You could argue either way.
Haven't seen Finley under center at all tonight, right? It's been all gun snaps.
Not once, no.
I'm thinking
when you've got a quarterback that's such a run threat, why not set him back like that, make another running back out of him?
I'm just saying here on maybe a sneak would be the one and only time to bring him under center. But
that would certainly give the sneak away if that was the case, right?
Remember Brady used to break huddle late and just run up and
but he's got a 6'5" frame. And man, he used to.
All right, here's a Zavola's timeout here. Titans are going to talk about it. They wind some time down. We're down just outside of 3 minutes remaining here. That's the second charged timeout by the Titans.
And, you look down, way down the left corner of the field in front of the scoreboard there. I don't know if we can get a picture of him, John or Kristen, of Dante Larendi down the corner. You wonder what's going through his mind as he's pacing back and forth there.
Right.
Obviously, knowing Dante, he made a very cerebral decision of why it was time to take a little break. It's hard to believe he won't be back into football again, but you never know.
Hey, you can't be doing
so.
Well, he looked energized, right? He looked refreshed. When we saw him before the game down there, he was doing a little of this, a little of that, out. And there's a part of these guys that'll never quite give it up. Right?
But that's the point, Nick. Is Dante's a competitor, and
he's down there to check it out. Of course, he goes back a long way with Coach Zabolis, all the way back to their days together at Merrimack High School. And, Coach Larendi, I'm not sure, I'm not convinced that we don't see him again somewhere, some point down the road.
Neither do I.
On somebody's staff or at the head of a staff.
I would tend to agree.
All right, 3 minutes remaining, fourth quarter. And the Titans, Steve, are going to go for it. They're facing a blitz. They go right side, and there he is. Racing in Andino, the go-to man.
Yeah, Bedford
on 4th and short, able to keep the chains moving.
That's the longest 4th and 1 development to get to the line of scrimmage I've seen in a while, but give the offensive line credit. They're able to do a great job there creating a seam for him to run, and he got the first down, and that should do it. Unless we get some sort of a turnover here.
Timeout. So they stop the clock one
Looks like
more
the stadium
time here with 2.5 minutes to go. And yes, some folks are beginning to seek the exits.
Yeah.
Reminder, full post-game coverage, complete recap, scoring summary, stats, highlights, and analysis. Plus a look at the out-of-town scoreboard as well. Both Londonderry and Exeter in action tonight with their hands full early. We'll check in on those games.
Yeah,
And a preview of tomorrow night's game between BG and South. We'll be here at 6 Eastern for that one as well.
Yep. Should be a good matchup. BG rated in the power poll this week, number 3.
All right, sweep. Finley runs out of bounds, slides down inbounds. A heady play there to keep the clock running.
He's done this all game, Nick, in these situations where he's proven that he has the maturity to recognize that every play isn't going to be a success. But you can almost guarantee if you take the attitude and that he has, he recognizes they show him the maturity. Hey, just don't do anything rash here. Don't lose the football. Don't give anything away.
Right.
We'll come back to the line of scrimmage with our offense, and we'll get it done. So,
well, the top objective on that play was stay down in bounds.
That's the whole point.
And he did that to a T.
Yep.
We're down to the final 100 seconds here. It's a 3rd and long, and I'd imagine something similar on the way. Going to hand it off this time. Almonte makes 2 miss up across the 45, legs turning at the 47 before he's finally brought down. It's Bromley with another tackle there for Bedford.
And Bedford can't stop the clock. They're out of timeout, so this thing will probably run it down well under a minute before this thing is done, before the next play goes off.
Brown out there, ready to punt. Both Snow and Tags are back deep for Bedford, just outside their own 20-yard line. And again, the snap should come somewhere around 50 seconds or so. Bedford still down 2 scores here, 19-7, as we enter the final minute of this 4th quarter. What a game for the punter. Brown at his own 45, waist-high snap, gets this one off. It's a beauty. High into the sky, backpedaling his Tags at the 10. Looks for an outside move at the 15, slices through 2, and then is dropped at about the 25, maybe the 26-yard line with 37 seconds remaining now in quarter number 4.
Joseph Deck and a nice open field tackle there.
All right. So another series here, perhaps the final series for Danny Black in this Bulldog offense. We'll try and play out the final 37 seconds and see if they can get at least one more score here.
Trying to look for the 6'5" tight end here, Nick, from Bedford.
It's Cal McAuliffe.
Cal McAuliffe. Haven't seen a lot.
Number 44 here. He's going to go out for a pass here. Snow going to throw over the middle. Sorry, makes a catch over the middle. The throw from Black complete to Snow across the 35. Very close.
Well, if you watch here, they opened up Danny a nice pocket to throw out. If you watch thank you, Ben. Watch this replay. He's got a nice lane to throw in, and look what this kid can do when he's got vision. Right in the breadbasket.
Final 25 seconds.
Nice
throw
pass.
near side, complete. Russell looks for the sidelines, gets taken down inbounds.
But Nick, this
Raisin and Andino got him inbound. Steve Clark should continue to run. They got it frozen, though, in 19 seconds.
I think he's saying it was out of bounds.
I thought
a little disagreement on the sidelines there with the judge.
Yep.
But they're going to stop it and give him
He is out of bounds, so 19 seconds.
But these sort of passes, Nick, or this sort of offense, running it quickly, he seems to feed off of that. And doesn't require a lot of time, the offensive line, but they gave him a nice pocket to throw out of. And as we were saying, he hits a strike when he's got the opportunity. So showing some good things out there.
Yeah. Seen it in flashes tonight. All right, Bulldogs, 19 seconds. They trail 19-7. Raisin and Andino comes off the edge and drops the quarterback inside the 30-yard line. Another sack for this Titan defensive group. Clock continuing to tick. We're down now to 5 seconds, and I think, Steve, that is going to do it.
Watch this outside move.
The Nashua North Titans have gotten the job done on their home field in week number 1 as they beat the Bedford Bulldogs by a final score of 19-7. A number of different players really providing big contributions tonight. The quarterback, Derek Finley, led the offense. We saw Brown, Peters, Raisin and Andino, and Rosario really spearhead the defensive effort. Special teams was big.
Kicker.
The biggest play of the game came at the end of the first half. The 84-yard scoop and score by Toby Brown Jr. That gave the Titans a commanding 19-0 lead at halftime. Bedford gets 7 back early in the 4th quarter, but in the end, it's not enough. As the Titans win to improve to 1-0, Bedford slips to 0-1.
I mean, this is just normal stuff when you see offense takes longer than defense to develop, Nick. Before you come, offense, you want to see your offense really coming out strong in the 3rd or 4th game. You want to start seeing things develop after they get some real, some significant some live defensive play. Defense comes a little bit quicker. I think we saw that on both sides of the ball tonight. If I was going to go to the drawing room, I'd say that Bedford needs a longer period of time than the Titans do at this point in the drawing room. But I saw some flashes from Danny Black that show me they got a quarterback for the next 2 years. It's all about getting protection for him. On the thing about the Titans that really impressed me is we just got talking about earlier. There was a broad-based contribution from a lot of different players that show that they can make big plays, and they're going to need that in this very, very difficult, very strong Division I program. It runs deep when you look at the top 10. A lot of solid programs. So that's what I see.
When we come back, we'll wrap things up here. Stats, highlights, analysis, and an out-of-town scoreboard look for week number 1. Plus a preview of tomorrow night's battle between South and BG here on Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And do you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
The Titans built up a 19-0 lead at halftime after scoring on an 84-yard fumble recovery and touchdown by Toby Brown as time expired before halftime. And they ride that 19-zip lead all the way to the finish line, beating Bedford tonight by a score of 19-7. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you from an emptying Stello Stadium. This place was packed just a few minutes ago.
Emptied quick.
Most folks now finding their way to the exits here. North 1-0. Excuse me, after doing a lot of good things in all three phases tonight.
Titans. Well, one thing I would call attention to is this wasn't like an unbelievable offensive performance by the Titans. Let's just not over. One of those was a special teams play, so there's 6 points. I think that was 7. So now you're down to 12 points left. There were 2 field goals. Then there was one other touchdown that came very, very early. So although they look better than Bedford's offense, the second half they were kind of anemic in the second half. I don't know what the game plan was. I always believe in trying to Belichick it a little bit on offense. If you've got the game in control, don't show them a bunch of stuff, because that's just, you want that in your playbook for next week that nobody's seen. However, the Titans have a lot of good things about their offense. The thing that really struck me was their defense, and their kicking game is very, very solid, and I think they'll be able to, their defense should be able to play with almost anybody. Their defensive line, defensive end, very solid. Bedford side, kick return looked very solid. I thought Danny Black showed flashes. If you give this kid some time and a little bit of space and vision down the field, and his receivers upgrade a little bit on the catch percentage, on the reception percentage, there's some things there Coach Matthews can work with. Appears to be a rebuilding year, but you know what? Let's see Bedford in 3 or 4 weeks when Coach Matthews can get these guys some film. They're a young team, get them some experience. But he's got a quarterback. He's got a quarterback that can throw the ball well. Last point, I thought that Finley did a great job, Nick, showing if it isn't there, don't try to force it. I thought that he's been well coached. And I said last thing, but I actually had one more. Coach Sabonis, very comfortable out there. I don't think there's any question who's in charge of the Titans right now, and he's got the respect and the focus of his club. You can clearly see that. So that was really great to see. Anytime you see a transition program, you like to see it going. I know you got some scores.
Well, a reminder of the schedule as well. North, after a win tonight, they're going to come back here next weekend and take on Manchester Central.
Yep.
Bedford, they get their first home game against Salem.
Yep.
That comes your way Friday night.
Doesn't get any easier.
At 7 o'clock. All right, scores from tonight as we welcome in Week 1 here of the 2022 NHIAA football season. Defending champion and top-ranked team Londonderry. Falling behind in the first half, they've taken the lead early in the third quarter over Concord, 27-17. That game still with plenty of time, 8 minutes to go in the third quarter up in the Capitol. On the Seacoast, Winnicott scoreless through 3 quarters. Dover leading the Warriors 7-0 with 12 minutes to go in regulation. So start of the fourth quarter, Dover 7, Winnicott 0.
And both of those teams starting with new quarterbacks this year, so that's going to be interesting to see how that develops.
Okay, Exeter. Right now, Steve, no problem with Portsmouth, 31-7.
That's a surprise to me.
When
we saw how Portsmouth closed, knowing who they got back, that's a little surprising to me. I'd like to see that game. That either tells me how strong Exeter is. I have heard through the grapevine that they have a pretty prolific quarterback. That's what I heard. Be looking forward to see that as well.
Timberlane, welcome to D1. 41-13 win over Memorial.
Yep.
Spalding, after going winless last year, got a big lead over Alvern, 30-13. That game early in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
It's good news for
Red
Raider fans, rather. And then Salem, rolling in the mud with Central. Blue Devils lead 14-7.
Wow.
That game is early in the fourth quarter, so pretty good job by
Salem.
Central.
New quarterback, new running back core, new defensive cores, a lot of new stuff. Yep. Again, this is week 1 stuff with when there's a big turnover of a senior class.
Lower division game, Laconia 14, Lebanon 0. That's through just the first quarter. So keep an eye on the scores. Of course, we're back here tomorrow night as week 1 continues. BG and Nashua South. Should be a good one. Always is when those two get together. A lot of big expectations around the BG program this season. South, after going 3-6 a year ago, kind of flying under the radar, but I got a feeling Coach Knight is going to get those guys moving by this time tomorrow night.
He looked quietly confident on Wednesday night. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he liked his defense. He told us that.
Yeah, and you got to have a good defense. So,
all right, Steve, final thoughts here. 19-7, Nashua North over Bedford.
Let's just not forget it's week 1. And a lot of these guys are seeing varsity time their first time, and well-coached, adjusted young men can change a great deal in games 3, 4, and 5 of the season. And a lot of this is going to be fixing the weaknesses, showing them on film what they did wrong, and then each week getting better. And always, when you have a quarterback, injuries are always a big part of it at high school, actually any football game. So I just would say week 1, let's watch this season develop. I'm just so excited to get things started, and looking forward to BG and South tomorrow night. Another matchup here, Nick. It's just great to be with you again, calling these games.
We'll be on the air 5:45 Eastern. Kick comes your way 6 o'clock live
in full 1080 HD right here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. A lot of folks to thank here, including Athletic Director Lisa Gingras for giving us the green light, her and her staff, which includes apparently Coach Dante Lorendi. He's doing a great job.
Very active here tonight.
Getting us
helping out.
Set up and ready to go. We appreciate that. Of course, our friends in the media, always good to see them. Tom King, Roger Brown, Joe Marshallina, and all our friends over at BCTV and Bedford Radio
Jason
as well.
Roby.
Jason Roby here is
Harry.
a staple. We saw Pete earlier tonight as well, Pete Johnson of ETV. So
I didn't see him. I didn't get a chance to say hi to Pete. He texted me earlier, said he was going to be here, but I got
He was here. I can vouch for that.
Hi, Pete.
It's always a kind of a coming home, or it has been lately for us down here at Stello Stadium. We appreciate it. From our Friday Night Lights crew, including the three behind the lens tonight, Kristen Beals, John Barron, Craig Incardoni, doing
fantastic
a bang-up job as usual, hitting the ground running to begin the season. We appreciate them. Of course, the man behind the curtain, back in the Beals Insurance Studios, working hard, Ben Beals, the master of the replay, doing a great job. And, of course, for my partner, executive producer, and color analyst Steve Beals. Great to have you officially back in the saddle for another campaign, my friend. My name is Nick Anastas saying so long. Final score, final time. Nashua North 19, Bedford 7. This has been a presentation of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance.